Nice. Boy, oh boy, how I missed that intro music. I will say that. So it's good to have you guys be back again. Gambling stream. Derek Yoder, your host at Picks by Blaze. Got Seth Woolcock in between media. Phil, Full Tank with Phil. Ian, representing the flag hunting pod today. Chris is away. Chris was up in Lancaster with us a few months back. Ian is sitting in his spot, representing the flag hunting pod. You got Rorypicks joining us, and Mark, a.k.a. SKYBOX Harris, is joining us as well. So, gentlemen, how's everybody doing? Seth, thanks for putting this together. How are you?
I am fantastic, Derek. This is probably the best time of the year. Playoff NASCAR, fantasy football, NFL in full swing. College football is here. We had a big upset last night. That was really cool to see down there in Tennessee. Our Penn State boys got whacked, but still happy to be here with you guys and react to a little NASCAR today.
Yeah, they didn't show up, that's for sure. But like you said, it is so cool that we're able to talk a little NASCAR. We got football. Everybody's got multiple screens, so we'll be definitely getting in some football talk, fantasy football, college football. Phil, I'm going to turn it over to you now. You and I are both Phillies fans. So how are you? They're going to the NLCS for the first time in a long time. How we doing?
That was a big day yesterday. I'm doing okay because I drank for 15 straight hours yesterday and recovering a little bit from that, and what a perfect way to recover here with you guys, get the energy level up. But yeah, the Phils are back in the NLCS, pumped about that, hoping to win some bets today with you guys to have a little NLCS money to spend. So pumped about it.
I like it. Ian, I see you down in the corner representing the Tyler Reddick number 8 t-shirt. Tyler winning not too long ago. So how are you?
Good, man. Good. Yeah, it's good to be here with y'all. I feel like I've talked to each of y'all individually, but obviously I'm the golf side of flag hunting, so this is the first time I've really got to kind of sweat with y'all live on one of these NASCAR broadcasts. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, Reddit cashed me and Chris a nice poll bet last night. I've got him outright at 10-1, so hopefully the 8 car can keep being an ATM for us, because I think he's been our primary source of income here for the first 9 months of NASCAR season.
Well, the 8 car is definitely going to be fast. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with these tires. Rory, how are you? I see you down below. How are we doing, Virginia native?
Oh, I'm doing awesome. Had a big ass day yesterday. Plus 18 units. That's awesome. That was sick. Hit Reddick pole, then just tore the Xfinity race up. Got a small card today. Those are my 3 plays, and that really is my 3 plays minus. I have Gregson top 10 also at plus 215 or something I found on Barstool. It was considerably better than everywhere else. I didn't mind it at the 2-1. I didn't really want him at just one something. So roll with that, and let's have a big day. I'm sure we're going to have a live bet or something coming up. We're just looking for the right number, right time, right number.
I think you're right, and you're coming off a hot day like you said yesterday.
Oh, so and Seth, those comments, you're on like my poop list right now with that nice underdog upset. Yeah,
hey,
we don't bring that on here, okay?
It happens, man. It happens to the best of us.
It does. Our defense is horrendous.
So I see Mark down there. Mark, you haven't had a opportunity yet to say anything. You just got done playing golf, got back, so you had just a heck of a day. We're all very jealous from we all play golf. So how are you, and are you excited for today?
I'm stoked. I wish I got my card wrapped up. I like some of these guys. I was out having a day yesterday, and wasn't able to finish up. But I'm high on a few guys. Blaney, just some of the data from practice just screams Blaney. And I'm also, I love Eric Jones' long run car. And I love me some McDowell over Custer, just a straight up equipment advantage that, in some of the runs we've seen McDowell have this year has been pretty awesome. But I'm doing good. I had a couple transfusions on the course, about to crack a cold Busch Light, got me some lunch in. We've seen some great racing on mile and a halfs this year. So if we can avoid the TIRES issue, maybe we'll see some good racing today. So we'll see. I know Blaney in practice had a vibration that turned into a tire going down. So who knows? We'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to a live bet or two. That's for sure.
Well, I like hearing that. I don't think we'll have the issues that we saw at Texas, but I do believe we will probably see tire issues. This tire combo was used at Kansas, was used at Texas, and it's returning for the third time. So I hope I'm wrong, but I've heard some rumors already about right rear tires, and it is, I don't know about you guys, but it has changed the way I handicap the last few weeks. I've been doing one matchup, maybe one matchup and an outright. Just before, I used to kind of stack the card. Now I've been very limited. I don't know if anybody's adjusted how they kind of go about that from a week-to-week standpoint or not. Maybe it's just me.
I'm in a similar boat. I mean, I am more hesitant to, when I'm going through the data and, throughout the season, throughout the years doing this, like I find the guy that I'm into and place the bet. Nowadays, these last few weeks, especially in the playoffs, it's like, you find that person and then it's like, all right, well, do I really want to do this right now? Because who knows what, unforeseen things are going to pop up. It just makes it a lot more nervous to place a bet. Even if you're on the right one, you don't necessarily hit. So it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. As far as plays go, I know the race is about to start here in just a little bit. Phil, I'll go kick it back to you, and then we'll work the way around. What's a play or two that you're on? For everybody listening on the YouTube channel, you guys can see the scrolling ticker at the bottom. Gives everybody an idea of what a few of these guys are on. So, Phil, what's maybe your favorite play that you're on heading into today?
Well, I could talk about a couple things. I mean, I think a lot of us are into Blaney today. He was somebody that I took earlier in the week. He's down to, what is he? I have the lines up a second ago. 7-1. He was 10-1 when I got him. So I like Blaney. I like Blaney in a head-to-head matchup I have against Christopher Bell. Then I saw that Bubba Wallace was a top 10 play. The top 10 market kind of came back to life a little bit on the books. To start the week, it was kind of ridiculous, but he was -110 to finish top 10. I thought that was serviceable for him. He's been good on the mile and a half, so I was into that. And then talked about it on my podcast this week and on the show with you guys. The DraftKings weekly specials, any manufacturer to finish 1, 2, 3. Toyota 1-2, Ford 1-2, Chevy 1-2. Like I love those bets. I was big on Toyota to start the week. Now I'm actually more so into any manufacturer 1, 2, 3 finish plus 450, I think it was. So that's a fun one, and I think practice in qualifying kind of brought that to light for me. Because it seems like there's going to be just like chunks of guys running around each other from the same frame group here. So I'm into those among other things, but and to see what you guys like. I could be convinced to jump on more.
Well, like we saw when we all did the Daytona stream, you were on Austin Dillon prior to the race. A number of us jumped on Austin Dillon live, so hopefully some of that same juju comes back. It's funny, as I watched that video back, and there was so many of us excited, there was only one gentleman that had his hands in his face, and it was Rorypicks. I felt so bad for you after watching it back because you were big on Bubba that day. So are you big on Bubba here today, or is there somebody else that you're really high on that you hope either gets to victory lane, or maybe it's a matchup?
Oh hell yeah, we got 3 units on Bubba over Harvick today. Big on Bubba.
Over Harvick.
Yeah, I want to live bet somebody. I don't mind if you wanted to roll with the 25-1, because his probably will just get worse. I want to have a feel for how this race is playing out. You never know what we might run into depending on what time a caution might come up or things like that. So I want to see what kind of strategy these teams might be on today, and I want to see how the tires are doing before I throw something down on an outright, because pretty scary. You know, we already have a tire issue already in practice, and that's with one of the top guys that a lot of people do like. Even my old lady, that's one of her picks. She said Blaney, Briscoe, and KFB. So you never know with her. She sometimes pulls the rabbit out of the hat. So we might be looking at some of them live today.
Well, I know you and Mark do a podcast, the Laying Coin Pod, on Spotify, but I'm sure with all the talk of you and Miss Whitney coming on and giving her opinions, don't be kicking off Mark on that podcast now. We like the things that he has to say. So, Ian,
she would never want to work with me that much. So Mark has nothing to worry about. She just likes to listen for the entertainment purpose, and you know. She is a NASCAR fan though. She does pick these races sometimes pretty good. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised to see one of her plays make it into victory lane. And tomorrow is our 1 year anniversary. And last year on our 1 year anniversary,
there we go.
We had Kyle Larson outright on that Sunday. But I can tell you right now, I was glued into the TV. I'm like, we got to hurry up now. All right, come on. Yes, I do. All right, cool. Take some pictures. I was like, we got to get over here and see this man bring the bags home.
That's funny. Well, I like that. Well, happy early anniversary. Ian, before I get to you, I want to call out a number of those that listen to the NASCAR Betting Preview Show, all the many shows that we have on here, whether it's in between Laying Coin, Phil's, Flag Hunting Pod. I see Troy or SC's out there, Mitch, Chris, Ryan, just so many guys that support the show week in and week out for us. Thanks for tuning in here. Definitely interact with us throughout the day as we continue on. So I know the cars are starting to roll, on the track. So Ian, I'll get to you real quick. Maybe what's a play that you and Chris are on for this weekend?
Yeah, so I'm glad to hear all the Bubba love that we're already getting from guys like Phil and Roars. I have Bubba 25-1 outright, as well as Bubba over Harvick. Same bet that Rory touted there. I think Bubba, one of the more maybe underreported things on him, or just in general NASCAR this season, is a step forward he's taken on the 1.5 miles, and maybe it's coincided a little bit with the step backwards he's taken on the super speedways as of late. But he's been a legit racer on these kind of 1.5 miles. Obviously, a win at Kansas at the top 10 early in the season. Said he loved his car in practice. He was actually the fastest Toyota in practice yesterday afternoon. So I'm big on Bubba this week. And then like I mentioned, I'm in on Reddick. He's the podcast poster boy. He's Chris and I's boy, and so we have him not only to win at 10-1, but we have him in a matchup over Ross Chastain at even money there. So that's our biggest matchup. That was something that Chris scoped out pretty early in the week. I think you can still get it at like -105, -110, but Chastain's been kind of a macro fade for us as this kind of season's went on, and Reddick has been, as of recently, the best 1.5 racer we've had kind of on the circuit, both in Kansas and Texas. Obviously, the result didn't go his way in Kansas. He got the win in Texas, but he was among the fastest cars in both those fields.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how that head-to-head
tracks. So
it'll definitely be interesting to see how those head-to-heads match up, because Reddick and Chastain are stout. I think Chastain's going to be pretty good today. Reddick's been showing speed. Reddick now going over to 23XI officially in 2023 with the future Hall of Famer Kurt Busch stepping away next year to pursue, maybe something within the organization, maybe come back at some point. So, Mark, I didn't get to you yet. I want to hear what you have to say real quick. What's maybe a play or two that you're on that you're like, hey, I'm pumped to see this maybe play out?
Yeah, McDowell over Custer. I know it's not flashy. Matchups are not flashy. But I do love me some McDowell over Custer. You look at the finishes and the green flag speed on 1.5 miles this year, and Custer is like in a few of the different stats, not even breaking the top 30. So I expect my boy Colt Custer to be at the back, and I expect my boy Michael McDowell hopefully run somewhere in the 12th to 17th range. I'd be comfortable with that. And for value, I love Eric Jones, top 10. He had great long run speed in practice. And outright, I'm on Blaney. I laid a pretty significant wager about the 12th tee box today on Ryan Blaney. So,
fitting,
Good luck.
Yeah.
Plus a free bet too, right? Plus a free bet.
Plus the free bet. So I got a few units on Blaney today, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think this is gonna be a day that I add at least one, possibly 2 or 3 live bets for sure.
So
I like it.
Just to pile on with the Blaney luck and love here, for those of you without children, the number of the day today on Sesame Street was 12. So I typically watch that Sunday mornings, and we'll blindly
Just
throw
you?
a bet on whoever the number is. Yeah, just me.
Just
I do that with my seat in church.
So so 12 number of the day.
I like it.
Pretty happy about that.
Go ahead, Seth. I want to kick to you real quick. Any plays that you're on that you really like, that you're hoping, hey, I value on this, or you're very confident on a side?
Yeah, so that was kind of the theme of the week, really, Derek, was value. And I took Almirola top 10 earlier in the week at plus 300. That number is now down to about plus 170 on most books. So I really like what Almirola has kind of been putting together. He had a slow summer, but coming off back-to-back top 15 finishes, he was 6th here in the spring and a 22% top 10 rate here throughout his career. So I like Almirola a lot, and kind of like Phil up there. I like Chevy's to finish 1-2 in this one at plus 120 right now on books. 7 out of the top 10 in the spring were Chevy's. Top 3 in the spring were Chevy's, and Chevy has won 5 of the last 8 Cup races just in general. So I'm going to try to ride those trends and just come out of here with a little bit of a nice payday here.
One thing that I think is really cool, obviously we did the Daytona live stream, and it's a super speedway, so everybody's really jammed close. The odds are higher, but this is a mile and a half. And there's a lot of variables. There's a lot of, different things that you guys are on different sides that maybe you wouldn't be. Like Phil called out Joey Logano plus 130 over Chase Elliott. We talked about it on the show. He talked about it on his pod. Love that number prior to practice and qualifying, because Joey was more likely going to outperform him. Now that side has flipped. Those kind of things that you wouldn't talk about so much on super speedways that you would now. So I'm really interested to see from a live betting standpoint what we're all seeing, how it plays out. There's a question I see there from Chris Wormy. He said, any concern that practice was cool and now it's going to be hot and slick? Any guys have an opinion on that regarding the tires?
I just seen that. I am a little concerned that nobody really posted a really, really long lap average yesterday. I mean, it was only a couple at the top when you get up there in the 20s and 30s. So I am concerned on why did you not go out there and push it all the way through that practice and try to get as many laps in as you could? I mean, was the car handling that bad right away that you didn't need to run that long of a time, or were you just totally focused on qualifying and that was it and just deal with it on race day? I haven't figured that out. So yeah, I think we're going to see hopefully a good race. Just it's going to be some daggone tires just blowing out. I have a feeling it is.
I hope not. That too, Derek. When Chris posted that, I'm thinking about that. To me, that means that there's an opportunity, for a good live bet. Because you might see some guys who weren't necessarily great yesterday. The Toyota camp come to life because the track's different. So the statistics that you're looking at with the speeds and everything, could potentially be out the window. Now, if you're fast off the truck, you're fast off the truck. But guys who are 20-1 right now could be, climbing up the charts here in a little bit because, the conditions are different. So that's what it means to me. But I guess we'll have to find out, see who's fast in a little bit. Getting ready.
Yeah, I know when it comes to temperature, I know Chris was saying, it's about a 20 to 30 degree difference from practice to now the race, middle of the race, at its peak. So that'll be interesting. And if we're already hearing about right rear tire issues potentially. That's going to be not a good recipe. I know one thing that Mark SKYBOX put in the group chat here. He said expect, and this is from Goodyear's Racing. He said expect some tire wear in NASCAR's Cup race today at Las Vegas. Lap time should fall off about a second and a half over the course of a run. So kind of opens up that live betting who's fast, long run, short run. With this 20-minute practice sessions that we get, we don't really get to see a whole lot. Unfortunately, from a gambler or a handicapper standpoint, it's tough to do. So I see a touchdown signal down there. It looks like from Mark. So I assume the Jags scored a touchdown. Okay,
What
what's
are they
the
playing?
score in the Jags?
Little Sisters of the Poor or what?
Okay, here we go with the
This is good.
Okay, we're playing at Indianapolis, and I think they're really
pretty close.
not a touchdown. I think we're at the 1, but yeah, we're up 14-13.
Oh, okay. So you don't know if you scored. You're just
No,
excited.
they marked it short. Sorry. I'm sorry.
In Jacksonville, they celebrate red zone appearances.
Yep. Yeah. I think they have a banner.
I gotta say one thing. I really don't have. Okay, Trevor Lawrence in for the touchdown. I really don't have like a comeback for Phil here, but I gotta say this: the fans in Philadelphia and in Pittsburgh are the scum of the earth. When you are at the game, they are the worst people. Dude,
Easy.
I'm throwing up from salmonella in Heinz Field's concourse, and I'm getting thrown out because they think I'm drunk, and I'm like a 19-year-old kid. Anyway, we're about to go green. We can go
about to go green. Let's put a pin in that SKYBOX because that's a ridiculous take.
SKYBOX stories.
Yeah.
Oh, I will unload. Trust me.
All right, boys.
Miserable.
Cheers to a good race, and another green flag in Las Vegas. So here goes nothing. Let's win, cash some bets, have some good conversations, and I'm glad that you guys are joining and everybody listening live is joining as well. So it should be a lot of fun. So if you see anything happen from a football perspective or NASCAR perspective, definitely let us know. But
get a glimpse of that,
already
Mark Martin,
man,
that car looks sharp, baby.
I was gonna
there's
say,
the shirt.
If Keselowski was running that paint scheme, I would have actually thrown like $2 on it.
How is he not? How they knew he was going to be there? Why are they not running that?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
So sick.
Sponsors,
it's interesting.
Copyrights.
Interesting already. When we did the Super Speedway race, now they're already 2 laps in, side by side. You don't know what's going to really happen. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a good race, boys. I really do. Quiet first stage, and then it's going to start getting, it's going to heat up a little bit. Blaney coming on the outside, maybe getting a little loose.
Yeah, Cindric is fast up top there.
How about Harrison Burton's qualifying effort?
That was surprising.
Good for him. I've been looking to bet him all year.
Yeah, the Fords had it yesterday.
All right, so question about Harrison. Does he have a contract next year? Does anybody know? He was a name that came to my mind. I've heard like he did an interview after Talladega, and it was kind of like, I enjoy doing this. It was almost like one of those conversations or interviews where there must have been conversations behind the scenes of like, hey, we might be looking to replace you, kind of a thing. I think they brought him up too fast, but
I agree.
They have to be kicking themselves. Like
the
way that whole thing went down was super strange. I mean, we talked about it a bunch last year, and now like just doesn't seem to be paying off for them. Like very weird to bump Matty D out so quick and go to somebody who's pretty unproven. And him and Gilliland, like they're fun and everything to like root for because they're like the underdogs, but at what point are we just gonna like kind of stop with the happy to be here type attitude and actually like go out and compete?
I think I'm with you. I agree with you, but I think unfortunately a lot has to do with the dollars. As you can see, Dex Imaging, who handles my company's printing, is sponsoring. Someone needs to mute here. Sponsoring Harrison, and obviously Motorcraft and Quick Lane have a great relationship with the Wood brothers, but if someone else can write the check, I think that weighs heavily, and maybe experience and driving talent may not necessarily mean as much as it possibly used to. So
It's a shame.
We'll see. It is a shame. And I don't think Harrison Burton is a bad driver. I'm not trying to say that. But I just I don't know. I'm salty, though. You don't want to hear my opinion. I'm a Matt D fan.
We want to hear it.
Well,
let's see here.
Yeah, it's money. It's dollars. He had the sponsor. Matt didn't have the sponsor. And people can say all they want about Matt's driving ability. He's got to win, so go off yourself.
Harrison Burton is not
came in because of a check,
and he does not have a contract in 2023.
Oh, well, I'm okay with that.
So,
but Matty D, who just won at Talladega, is now rumored to go to the 21 car. So, interesting.
I heard that he's messing with me. He's re-signed at
that was for Mark.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he's coming back to the trucks next year.
So if you could if that's shocking to me that he doesn't have a contract next year and they haven't acted on it yet because silly season's like basically the 4th of July now. What driver, if you're the 21 team and Penske by association, if it's not Burton, like who are they waiting out? Like why wouldn't they lock him up?
Smith, maybe.
But didn't Zane just sign on to race next year full time for trucks again?
And is he still with GMS?
Yeah, no, he's with Front Row. But
he's
supposed to do a couple select cup races. I know that.
That's right. That's what it was.
I mean, who are they waiting?
Who would be a Ford prospect?
There's no way it's Herbst, right? Unless Monster comes with him.
I'd love to see Zane in the Cup Series.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Herbst. I was about to say.
No. They just have money. They just have money. That's why he's out there.
But Zane is like...
Hey, Rory. Sorry to interrupt this conversation, but I know Rory was looking at Chase live. He's already moved up 5 spots in 10 laps. So if you are interested...
Eric Jones is coming right behind him, too.
Yeah, I fully expect he's going to be good. I fully expect he's going to be good by the 3rd stage. Chase.
How's Hamilton?
Yeah.
I want to see what the tire situation is before I take anything.
It's kind of where I'm doing too, Rory. I know we're 11 laps.
Yeah,
in.
I know it's early, but
it'll be interesting.
Chris posted in the chat like that happened after 30 laps at practice with Blaney's tire, and we're almost halfway there. So things are going to start to pick up here.
I like that. Chris said Ty Gibbs dropping faster than Rory's lattes. So Rory, let's be curious what the over/under would be. Is Ty Gibbs gaining more spots, or is Rory drank more lattes today already?
Definitely Rory on that one.
I'm going with Rory too.
Refill.
You can't drink negative beers.
That's true.
Yeah, Ty can only fall 17 spots, so we started 20th, I think.
We might get. I hope he doesn't finish last. That's a lot of lattes during the race, but it can be handled.
Will you drink a latte for every lap JJ Yaley leads a lap today?
Woo!
That's not much of a party.
Yeah,
no, it was the first name I saw at the bottom. I will come up with a different name.
Tyler Reddick.
Oh.
So
Rory,
anybody go ahead, Seth.
Rory, how are you feeling about the Busch Light Peach rumors? Have you heard those yet?
Really?
That's what.
Did you see how he perked up?
Yeah, Apple's.
Interesting.
Yeah,
because
Apple.
I actually enjoyed the Apple one after I finally tried it. Yeah. Shout out to my man Tommy D on Twitter or whatever. I don't know if
Tommy
that's
D.
his handle, but I know it's Tommy D. Cool people. He had been wanting me to do a review on Busch Light Apple, so we drank some down there in Pennsylvania for the first time finally because Chris had some and Derek, you had some too, I believe.
Yeah, Harvick coming off a win not too long. I went out and got some.
Yeah, that was that was actually a refreshing drink. But now I know why they retired it, because I'll absolutely be all over the peach because I'm like a Red Bull peach guy. I
Okay.
love my peach. My crown peach, everything like that. Like I'm gonna be all over that now. That
There you go,
will
Rory.
be interesting.
There's a tall boy for you. I'll pour one out for you.
I appreciate it.
Mark in
How have you
Mississippi
guys-
said, "Let Haley wreck the 21." And I was kind of going that route, honestly, in my mind. But I have to kind of, I didn't watch the race yesterday. She finished 13th. I'll give props where props are due. Like I did not expect that at all. So I've been pretty rough on her.
The question, all right, can we talk about this for a second while I'm at commercial break? So we've seen Ryan Preece get in the DGR cars, and if that was a full-time ride, that truck would be in contention to win the championship. The question that I have is, do Taylor Gray, Tanner Gray, and Haley Deegan not have the same equipment, or do they, and they just suck? Because
The second one.
okay, well then I think Haley Deegan's career has no business going to the Cup Series in the next long time, because and then also, and I don't want to just harp on the negativeness of them, but that shows Ryan Preece is one hell of a driver to race, I don't know, half dozen truck races a year and be in contention of every single one of them. So that says a lot to me, and I think you're right, Phil. I hope you're right, but it's still a question that I'm curious on.
I think you bring up Preece, like that's a perfect driver for the 21. Like he was waiting out Almirola. He was supposed to take over that. He was supposed to take over that 10 car because Almirola was retiring. He was there. They used some ridiculous term, not like a backup driver, but like he was like their driver in waiting basically. And they just screwed him. So, that would be a decent driver to fill in because he has been performing well.
I would have loved to have seen Ryan Preece in the Cup Series.
Yes. There's a good name.
Like, I don't know what in the world's going on
that's
over
our
there
answer.
with getting Amarillo to come back.
To the 21?
I would have. That's our answer.
Or there. But I think I was pretty impressed with Haley coming out of there with a 13th yesterday. Maybe the trucks just aren't her thing, but a car is. I don't know. I mean, it handles differently, and I think she was in some pretty good equipment actually yesterday. I don't really consider what she's in the greatest thing in the world. So
Custer went out and won a race with it.
Yeah. I mean, it was Ford back, set up, everything of that nature. So don't be talking down on my girl. Like she's perfectly fine.
I said, back credit where credit's due. She did it on a mile and a half.
Since when are you like Miss Haley Deegan, Mr. Haley Deegan backer?
Oh man, me and my buddy at the real Josh G in our NASCAR spaces, we love some Haley.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a big Haley backer when it comes to betting.
Well,
but I do. I hope she does all right. I like Haley.
So how about this? Not to get off the Haley conversation, but we'll keep it here on Sunday. Obviously, Papa Cap says Preece in the 41 next year, 2023. If Stewart gets his way, Tony Stewart right now, I think, is in the woods somewhere, staying far away from NASCAR. If you saw any of his tweets this week, he doesn't want anything to do with the sport at this current moment. I like Preece in the Cup Series, especially with this car, it being, pretty much equal across the board. But how about from anybody firing on any live bets or looking at any numbers right now? Are you guys waiting? I know we're 24, 25 laps in.
I was about to say before the bets, I'm pulling it up now, but Blaney, they've been showing him a couple times, and he cannot get around the 24. I don't know if this is no passing. I don't know if these cars are equal in speed yet. Mm-hmm. But I'll be intrigued when Blaney gets around him here if he can drive away or if it's going to be stagnant. So I already have.
He's around him. But he's around him.
I see that now. I see that now, Rory. I see that.
I waited on all y'all slow folks.
I see Zach. Zach says Truex 20-1. He likes that number.
I That's another guy that, interesting.
Up from 27 to 14th as right now.
Okay.
And he was 20-1 to start the race. Now he's 1,500. So the line is shifting on him. Chris said he's firing. We need to know what he's getting into in the comments there.
That's right. Yeah. There's we were talking about Toyotas as well. We got 3 Toyotas right now in the top 10. Bell in 7th, Wallace in 8th, Kyle Busch, who's now passing Larson for 9th. So Toyota making, their back end of the top 10, but definitely making some headway there. And you guys mentioned, Mark, I saw you commenting yesterday about, the Xfinity series. Maybe it was tougher to pass. What will we be seeing today? I'd be curious to see a report of like the passing statistics.
It'll come out. It'll come out.
So, and the Packers are down again. Great.
It was tough to pass. I think comparatively to the spring Xfinity race, but you still saw these guys that were throwing slide jobs, stuff that we can't do at Martinsville per se. But I think it's possible to pass. If it is possible, we saw some slide jobs. We saw some guys get runs off the high side. We just saw Logano go by Byron, made it a lot easier than Blaney did. So keep that in the back of your mind.
How much do you guys pay attention to this, like right out of the gate, short run? Obviously, if you can grab a good number, you do. A guy like maybe that is a 20-1. Let's just say guy moving up through the field. Obviously, you jump on him now. We all have different books. I'd be curious whenever somebody fires on a number, just let me know. Be curious what that is and kind of what your assessments are. I see
Chris just brought up, sorry, Derek. Chris just brought up the one car. And I was just about to bring that up to you guys. Like when we're talking about where these guys are running right now and who's doing well. Chastain, like I just went to look at his line to see if his line like moved down at all because he's not doing much. Like he's just kind of like puttering around, and he's an interesting driver, I think, to pay attention to. I mean, maybe, it's a long race. We'll see something, but a lot of us on your show, Derek, and people on Twitter, like, are kind of thinking that Chastain has just been like kind of holding on, and just biding his time, and now it's the time to act. And if he doesn't, like if he's just kind of, sitting around mid-pack, that's going to be disappointing, I think, to a lot of people, because this is the time for them to step up. They've been good on mile and a halves this year, so what else are you waiting for? If they're not going to perform, that's problematic.
Right. Well, he's been good on mile and a halves, like in general. Like when he started the season, obviously he dominated places like Vegas, Kansas, and Charlotte.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, even at the tracks he previously like really, really did well at, like 9th total speed at Kansas, 11th total speed in Texas. Even when he practiced well at Kansas in the fall, he didn't lead a lap. He was number 2 in practice speed in Kansas, the second Kansas race, but he ended up 9th in total race speeds, finished 7th with zero laps left. So even when we've seen him have a fast Saturday, he hasn't exactly translated that to race pace in quite some time, I feel like. He's been actually more live even on the super speedways than he was on the mile and a half that he really made his hay on early in the year. So that was part of the reason why me and Chris were kind of off of him in matchups and outrights in general. But it's really interesting to see. It's really interesting to see kind of because he was super fast yesterday. So I understand what the point of view was for a lot of people being on him. But that one team, if he can't get it done today, it doesn't say very much about his future prospects for winning the championship for the next couple.
So that'll be an interesting guy to look at as we look at, is he going to rock? Is he going to start moving up through the field late? Then he's got a better long run car. So that'll be a car a driver I'm looking at for sure to see kind of what he does, because if you get a good number on him in the long race, especially if we're not having any issues, might be worth firing.
I'm not worried about Ross. He's normally a guy who might come out of the cannon and he might not be hot off the rip, but he'll make adjustments. I think they'll be back here. If that number does lower, it's definitely tempting.
So Sydney Yost, she is saying, just joining here, what are the thoughts on Ryan Blaney's car so far? Sydney, very familiar name to some more than others. So
I don't know who that is.
I don't know much about Ryan Blaney's car. I'm going to let Mark take that one.
What's
I
up,
don't want to say the wrong
Sid?
answer.
That's funny.
I'll take this one. It looks pretty good so far.
Well, yeah, good analysis. In all seriousness, it was a little alarming how long it took him to get around Byron. We obviously I'm not watching his in-car, but every time they went to him, it looked like he got up to Byron's bumper and then finally made the pass after, I don't know, 4th or 5th try. But I think he's dicing it up. I'm at commercial. I think he's dicing it up with Cindric and Reddick. So, Sydney, if you're still listening, if Blaney wins, we'll go to a nice dinner this week. How about that?
Chris here in the chat saying green flag stops are starting as well. So excited to see that come back. Do you guys factor in pit stops at all here, or pit crews? Like, have you guys looked at that data recently? Because it's definitely been shifting the last couple months here.
No.
No.
Not pre-race. I'll tell you that. Maybe I'm naive for not taking that into account, but I do not factor in pit stop times, average pit stop, stuff like that pre-race.
I think it's nice to know, but I don't think it would shift anything that I would do, like gambling wise. Like, maybe like if you were really going to dive deep into the numbers. I know we've got I think Ryan Stevens might do some pit crew numbers. And that stuff's like super entertaining to me to see that stuff. But so if you were going to use it, maybe like in a head-to-head, if like, one guy just has a terrible pit crew, but it doesn't really impact what I do.
Look like Bubba just got off fast.
Seth, you let Derek back in?
Yes.
Sorry about that. I thought I knew how to do it.
So,
see here.
Okay, so these guys are splitting this in half by.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Blaney looked like he was running into some trouble there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm streaming.
So there you go, Sydney. There's the Ryan Blaney car then that you just brought up. The Sydney Jinx, we'll call it. With that.
No.
Oh, goodness gracious.
That did not look like they got it on there, buddy. That did not look like they got it on.
No.
Oh, okay.
I like Ross. I don't know if you guys see the comment down there by Ross, but Ross is saying or asking if we're going to do this for the rest of the playoffs. Yeah, if we could collectively get a certain amount, maybe kind of pile it up, we could talk, but probably not going to do it the rest of the playoffs. Definitely an idea that we're going to do similar to what we did in Lancaster. We'll do it a few times next year. So excited to see what that looks like and how that unfolds, and we'll announce those dates and do all that later. But yeah, definitely fun to talk a little NASCAR about the race, gambling, and be able to do it today. It's fun.
You mentioned the Packers are struggling, Derek.
Yeah.
By the way,
I have them.
I have the over. For over 45, but that was a struggle. Maybe Rogers magic.
The Browns
I do have New England.
Browns are 54-6 to Zappy.
I have the Steelers plus 9.5 thanks to Arch over at the book club. Like I tell all of Arch's NFL picks. Excellent.
Well, that's one play that I do like. Yeah.
To Roy's point earlier, Bubba jumped about 5 or 6 spots on that pit stop. He's now running second. Once these after Suarez, I'm guessing Suarez is already pit, but I'm guessing Stenhouse and Kaslow stayed out. So he is. I mean, I think he was running 7th or 8th.
And he's running faster laps right now, also. But Joe Logano is running some fast times and KFB right now.
All right, I just listened to the broadcast for a second. I think they did get it on the lug nut on Blaney's car. I don't know. That looked pretty bad.
Thread.
Yeah, that looks very close.
Might run into one of those
that
deals that he can't get it off. Like,
yeah,
Jones.
if anybody is
Having Mark cut out here, I think, right now.
We need to get a screenshot of that picture. Well, while we wait for Mark to come back on, I do want to say it, and it's pretty cool what Betfred Sportsbook is doing with us with this show today. So Betfred is giving 5 people in the listening audience, whether you live at Arizona, Colorado, or Iowa, they want to give $500 in free bets. So $100 free bets to individuals that live in those states. Just make a Betfred account. Let us know, and then I'll shoot you the promo code for them. Just DM them. So we also have some shirts and hats we want to give away as well. So just kind of get connected with Betfred and what we're doing here today. So we'll announce that a few more times. So if you live in Colorado, Iowa, or Arizona, and you don't have a Betfred account, now is the time. Throw it on the race a little bit.
What do you guys think of? Do you think there'll be any varying strategies today at all as far as pit stops, or do you think it's going to be pretty run of the mill like we've seen?
Well, I think they pitted a little earlier than I thought.
That's what I was surprised to see it.
And so
it looks like Suarez is the only he didn't pit, right? Suarez, or did he?
No, Suarez.
Huh? Yeah,
He didn't pit.
He had
he
to
started
with
the
this
top.
5 times.
he pitted on lap 35.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he started
Yeah.
6th. I don't think he would have.
He's had
He's already-
a really good car. That thing really started coming to life late in the run.
All right, so
Yeah.
he came first, I guess, right? Out of everyone, we didn't
Yep.
see when the green flag started. It was that commercial. So
It was that commercial, yeah.
So I mean, as far as strategy, like I guess he pulled everyone down, so no one really wanted to mess around with the tire wear.
It makes sense.
So one thing I'm thinking about, the same tire, we had it at Kansas, we had it at Texas. Just one question now that they did a shorter pit stop. They have 8 sets. They have 1 set of scuffs, 9 total. Maybe there's a reason. We saw 30 to 34 laps at Texas be a major issue with tires. This went to about 39, 40. Maybe that could be a reason why.
I absolutely agree with you, Derek. I don't think there's a lot of teams right now. They're not in the position to gamble this early on in the segment. So especially those playoff drivers, I expect them to be a little more conservative coming off pit road.
Am I back? You guys got me?
We got you.
You're back. Yeah.
I think it could possibly be the tires, but they all split it the stage halfway. So I think maybe just tire speed is what they're more concerned with. I guess we'll see when the first guy blows a right rear. We'll see, but
I don't have the ability to.
Well, I mean, if you know you got to stop, why not just stop halfway through and then run it out? And then if a caution comes out, you may come in, you may not. And I mean, it's the most logical thing to do, in my opinion.
Wanted to pull up this comment here too by Papa Cap 89, and he says KFB or excuse me, Chris actually says KFB position 4. I know there was a lot of fading of Kyle Busch going on. Derek, you in particular, I think were actually like a couple of your bets were fading Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Are you concerned at all, or do you think this is going to be what we've seen from Kyle Busch a lot lately, and something goes wrong here towards the end of the race?
So I faded Kyle Busch against Larson and Logano. So, those guys haven't struggled. Larson, I think, was in 10th. Logano, I know it's in commercial. I forget where he is. I mean, Kyle up to 4th, still first stage. It's strong. But no, I'm not worried about it at all yet. But that's just me. I think those guys that I mentioned, Logano, Larson, they'll be right back up with him.
Logano's in 3rd right now, so a little, so still looking good.
I was talking a lot of trash on Kyle Busch, I think, to Mark on our Wednesday show, and my reason for that wasn't because I didn't think Kyle was going to be good. Like Toyotas obviously have been good. It was just because of adversity. Like I think that if they run into any adversity, I just don't trust him anymore these last 4 races to overcome that, because he doesn't care. He's shown that to me. So that's the reason why I was fading him. But if they don't run into any adversity, then obviously he's got a really fast car. So that would backfire.
Well, like I highlighted with Kyle Busch on these 1.5-mile tracks, he's going to a new team, but at Kansas, he finished 36th. Texas, he was 26th. I know Larson specifically has him 4-1 on 1.5-mile tracks. He went how long without finishing in the top 10? It was like 20s, 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 20s. It felt like.
Wait, Suarez?
What about Suarez?
He's leading.
Yeah.
He's 25-1 right now too. It's not too shabby.
I must have cut out. Oh, he pitted 4 laps early. That's why. Okay.
4 laps early. Be curious what his lap times really are right now.
Yeah.
I saw that. When does that really start to wear? I mean, that Goodyear note that you tweeted out, Mark, was about a second. Would they say about a second and a half run?
That was coming.
So 4 laps times second and a half, 6 seconds.
That's quick math.
How about Custer going a lap down, baby? Let's go. It's big time.
Where did you snag that, Mark? What book?
It was on one of my locals. It was on all of my locals, actually. And I got on it pre-practice qualifying, and then Custer did not do anything. And the line didn't change. It was minus 115 the whole before, after, all the way up until green flag. And I'm like, this is going to be a slamma-jamma. So that I have a significant amount of money on McDowell and Custer.
So we're all pulling for McDowell.
My man Bubba to the lead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about Brad Keselowski? I saw that he was in 31st. There was some talk this week I saw on Twitter about Brad K. Anybody on Brad in any way, shape, or form? I had my cousin texted me this morning asking about Brad K as well. 31st, trapped a lap down behind a number of cars.
Glisher is 27th too. He's not doing anything. I feel like RFK, they're either both running top 10 or they're both struggling.
Yeah. I wanted to take Brad in some capacity, but like looking into it earlier in the week, I just couldn't pull the trigger for what he's shown, this year. So
I do have to say, I did tweet out that I am on Logano stage 1.
I love Chris Wormy's comment. Big perm. Kyle will be the best car till he spins and goes to the garage.
That's right. That's right. That's what I was saying. Adversity.
Yes.
Well, Chris did say that if you're going to go against or if you're going to use Kyle in any type of a matchup, fade him. So Kyle Busch, that is. So hopefully
he's going backwards right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The bell's moving on.
I was going to say, of all the JGR cars, he's like the fact that Toyota came out on Saturday with like very little speed. He's the one I trust the least, like to work his way through a field, whether it be Hamlin or Bell or Truex. Like, I feel like when Kyle Busch has been in contention, it's been pretty clear that he was going to have a fast car from the jump. I echo all that. I don't really have much interest in betting him to win in the live markets, but yeah, it seems like Bell and Blaney have jumped him in the last kind of 30 seconds here anyway.
Well, I know we were just talking about Suarez. Suarez is now 10-1. Wallace, who just took the lead not too long ago, across multiple books, his price point is right around, I think it was 12-1 last I saw. Let me see here. Yeah, 10-1 now. So
10, yeah.
Logano is a guy, I think did he start the race at 10-1? I believe he did.
Yes, he did.
That's a name I'm looking at right now.
He's really good. He just
and Phil, you read off his stats about Vegas.
I have
anybody jumping on Logano at all?
What number are y'all getting him at?
I have 10.
10.
Yeah,
I like that number.
I like that.
I'm already on him stage 1 though, so I might just take
That's
that.
True. You just sit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna sit.
He was plus 130 against Chase head to head earlier in the week. I don't know what he went off.
I
at
really
today,
want to wait. I didn't got to a point where I wait on live betting. I don't know. It's just
it does feel like a lot can happen. I mean, if we had this discussion like 30 laps ago before they had green flag pit stops, I mean, we would add a completely different set of guys.
I don't fault you at all about the pick. Like if you
me?
If you want some of Logano, definitely jump on it right now. Like
two names I'm looking at is Logano and Byron. Byron, who's in ninth, Logano 10-1 right now in second. Byron 14-1 in ninth is a name I'm looking at. Barstool right now is one book I'm on. I'm looking across. Oh, good. Jets scored another touchdown. This is fantastic. This is what happens on an NFL Sunday.
Frisky Jets, man. You can't bet against the frisky Jets, Derek. You should have known.
Best case scenario. So the Jets are now up 24-10. Packers score 2 more touchdowns, gets me the over, sends it to OT. Crosby kicks a game-winning field goal. Pack win.
they don't cover in that scenario, Derek. That's what I need. And
there's Phil. Okay.
Over was like 48. You said, Derek.
I'm having a feeling right now like this is just the weekend of the underdogs. Like when you look at Tennessee last night, and then like right now, Steelers, they're beating the Buccaneers, Falcons kicking the shit out of the 49ers. It feels like Jets, coming into Lambeau. Who would have thought that? So I don't know, man. Like I don't know if you guys ever like feel the vibe of just the weekend and the moment, but like if we're feeling the vibe right now, I think we got to take some underdog shots right now here in NASCAR as well.
Who's your NFL team, Seth?
I'm a Steelers guy right now, so but I will say I've been on the Jets bandwagon a little bit. They've kind of been my frisky Jets this offseason, so I have a lot of shares in them in fantasy. Got a couple jerseys on the way, so I like the Jets a little bit. What they're doing, yeah. Zach Wilson, he's a dog. Hide your moms, guys.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's fourth quarter. It's witching hour, red zone, NFL, fantasy football for everybody that does that. So a lot of things take place in this time frame. So it'll be interesting for sure. Troy down there says Betfred has great odds on any time to score a touchdown. So we were talking about Betfred just a little bit ago. If you guys live in Colorado, Arizona, or Iowa, now's the time to get signed up with Betfred. Troy or SC down there, I know he is a Betfred supporter. So anytime touchdowns, be curious, SC, what your favorite anytime touchdown score price is that you found this weekend.
And that makes me happy to hear.
Also at this time, man.
Also
a great
we're talking
time.
Steelers right now.
Oh, go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying.
I don't want to.
Go ahead, Ian.
I was gonna say if we're talking Steelers, Kenny Pickett just got ruled out with a concussion.
Okay, well, not great. So, hopefully
they just got to cover plus 9.5.
Yeah, there we go. All right, guys. So it is 3:30. Also the witching hour, Derek. But I think it's also time to bring in our first guest. If we should do that as well.
Let's do it. Yep. Let's welcome on Rod V. Gomez.
Rod is the host of the Sports Gambling Podcast, and he joined us here on the back road as well. Rod, what's up, my friend? How are you doing today?
I'm watching Deebo Samuel steamroll some Atlanta Falcons right now. I'm very irritated. Look, this race is a welcome distraction from the massacre that is happening right now for my Niners. So.
How about it, man? That's not good for everyone who had the Niners or any of the 49ers players in their lineups today.
No, sir. But I am enjoying the race, so I definitely like what's going on there. Like I said, welcome distraction from me. Just irritating and trying to not throw my computer across the living room.
There you go.
Well, Rod, you're so busy weekend.
From time to time.
How many computers do you have now, Rory?
Durable ones. You got to put a shield around them. That TV I'm watching right now, the race on, I've launched that thing before and it's still alive.
That's funny. Well, thanks for joining us, Rod. We know how busy you are week in, week out with all the various shows, write-ups, everything that you're doing. So thanks for taking some time to hang out with us tonight. Your second appearance on the Betting Preview Show live stream element. So, a welcome sight for many, I know. So, watching the race that we talked about this a little bit earlier, I know you gave a few plays out on your pod, but maybe for anybody that hasn't tuned in yet or is going to be tuning in this week, what's something that you were on that's kind of still got your eye right now that we're, sitting on a little hope?
There's a couple things actually, and I like the way Reddick started out the race because Reddick was my overall pick. Reddick and Kyle Busch, both of them running inside the top 8 right now, actually 9 right now. So that's looking pretty good. I gave out Kyle Larson as the winner of Group B. So far, he's not outperforming Bell or Blaney, but I mean he's right there in the mix. So I don't know, a lot of good angles going on right now that I've enjoyed over the pod. But I want Reddick to do better, man. Like he got caught in that first toward the end of the first pit stops there, and like I was getting pissed off because I said, "Come on, guy! Like you had this in the first jump, and now you're letting the long runs get you." So, I don't know. I'm watching with bated breath in a lot of these matchups right now.
Well, the good thing is, even in regards to matchups or what have you, we've seen 0 tire issues. Knocking on wood anywhere.
I can't believe you just
did it. Sorry. I know. Sorry. I have to. I'm the host. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I know Logano here is catching Bubba Wallace. We talked about Toyotas. You guys mentioned Toyotas this week. Numerous shows did before we jumped on here. I know Chris gave that out as well. So Toyota getting a lot of love this weekend.
Yeah, and for good reason. Obviously, we see Wallace out front. We see Bell there and Busch as well. And the thing about Busch, though, is that I know I used the home angle track this weekend as far as him being right in front of his fans. Last race with Gibbs. I mean, obviously, it was low-hanging fruit, but for a reason. And now look at he's up in 6th right now, and I'm sure he's trying to make adjustments to move forward in the field. So definitely something to keep an eye on as we go, especially since his brother's now retiring from full-time racing in 2023. Like I said, it's low-hanging fruit, but obviously these storylines kind of shape up and you be a fool to kind of ignore them.
I know you are a Kevin Harvick fan. If there was a driver that you would say, "Hey, I pick Harvick," Harvick is
that's his addiction. He just can't quit it.
Yeah, right. Pay attention to well, we're just talking about him, right? Maybe a couple different ways here. So Kyle Busch spinning out, maybe got loose off of turn 4, had maybe a right rear tire. So
give me a break, Kyle. You do it every mile and a half. Kyle Busch spins every week, every time.
As soon as we said tires.
Well, as soon as we said Kyle Busch.
Yeah. True, yeah.
And I'm fading Kyle Busch. So I think that spoke that into existence. Go ahead, Ian.
Wormy called that. He was like, until he spins.
There we go. Over on the Bet Over on the Bet for you, Derek. You're feeling real happy now.
That's right. That's right. Yes, I am.
Right. We got to get you on the laying coin pod before long.
I know. I'm ready. I'm ready to be absolutely inebriated by the end of it because I know you guys hardly stay sober through the entire episode.
We need to do a live one with you.
Oh, yes.
Like in person live. We would have a blast. You have no idea. Like me, you, and Mark, shit. What city are we burning down tonight?
I'm just saying, man, I don't know if there's enough Busch Lights in this world for that to happen.
Oh, man, we can get them. But Busch Lights watching right now, they're like, we kind of want to be the official sponsor of that podcast.
I think they petitioned. Why aren't you guys answered yet?
Yeah. Listen, I finally got them to respond to a tweet after probably the 8,000th time tweeting them last weekend. They finally responded, so...
Damn, what you been waiting on? They answer me all the time.
Apparently,
and Mark in Mississippi.
I also look like I'm 19, so I understand the concerns from them. That, they're not trying to promote underage drinking.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? I look like an old man or something?
I'm just saying I look young, so maybe that.
If I cut all this off, I'm baby face again.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'm beautiful. I take care of my body.
We almost need to come up with a bet, Rory, where you have to shave your face in some way or another.
You would have to talk to Mrs. Rorypicks on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, she likes the beard. She loves the beard. If y'all talk me into like shaving my beard, it's probably gotta be some kind of like financial interest in her way. She's looking right now because she's going out there to get the chicken wings off the smoker and put a little barbecue sauce.
There you go.
Yeah,
you guys make me jealous though, because I miss having that. I know the Army does not allow us to look like the old school Civil War type of guys where they had all of the full on beards. I want them to go back to that. I keep trying to ask, but no one ever listens. So
I think you look pretty good with a beard, Rod. You're in the band of the military, correct?
Yeah, I am. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like the old fife players and the old drummers, like they had all that stuff, man.
Y'all want me to show y'all a beard? I can grow this mug all the way down to like here.
I don't doubt that.
I can. I'm gonna let it go from here until next spring now.
Stage 1 is a caution. Come on.
So stage 1 ends, like you said, Logano's second. I hate
Mark.
That for Mark. Yeah.
Mark, yeah.
Kyle Busch, dude. Kyle Busch can go to hell.
Love it. Okay,
Chris
so
pointed out 14 gets the lucky dog.
very lucky with being right behind that and almost T-boning Kyle Busch. So, so while stage 1 ends, let's do a little around, if you will. So the Jets are beating the Packers 24-10. New England, a couple people had them, I think. New England's up
Steelers 20-12. Let's go.
Just gonna say the Steelers just got a touchdown. Yep. Baltimore's giving the Giants a good run, 20, and then we'll skip over the San Fran game. Minnesota is up 16-10 over.
Definitely the best Pennsylvania team.
So here's the thing I like about Rory. So Rory, you're a Steelers fan, right, Rory?
Blue collar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Iron City. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're a Steelers fan.
No, I'm not a Steelers fan. I'm a Cowboys fan.
My bad.
I just got money on the Steelers today. I'm like, let's go.
I knew it.
Down, baby.
Backs against the wall.
Who's your baseball team, Rory? Is it the Yankees?
Yankees. The Red Sox.
Cowboys, Lakers, Bama.
Exactly, Phil. You saw what I was doing.
Hey, it's all right. I like to pull for winners. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. We do know what you're saying.
If you're not winning, you're last. I mean, come on.
I think that
winning is a lot more sweet when your team suffers for 10 years and then comes.
All right, well, I'm a Cowboys fan. We've been suffering for 25 years now. Like 30,
right, so
30 damn years almost. I mean, come on, man. How much more suffering you want me to do?
So with you being a Cowboys fan, Rory, and Phil, you being an Eagles fan, Rod, I want to hear from you. Just a neutral party here. Give us your take on what's going to happen Sunday night, Eagles versus the Cowboys.
It's definitely going to be close. I mean, Cooper Rush, who would have ever thought that he would have been able to keep these guys in contention? 1, and 2, continue to keep winning games. And I know that the Eagles continue to get underestimated in especially our Sports Gambling Podcast Network power rankings. As they're undefeated, yet they find themselves in 3rd place overall in the power rankings. I'm not sure that I understand the reasoning behind that. But I will say that a lot of us probably are voting them down just because our boss is a gigantic Eagles fan, and it'd be fun to just kind of rile up the boss. I will say though that this Eagles team, I feel like this is going to be another win for them, only because they know now that they're capable of doing this, and week in and week out. And Cowboys obviously always present a giant problem for them, but I think this is an instance where they'll be able to continue and stay undefeated at least another week into this season. I know that, like I said,
Cooper Rush, baby. Cooper Rush.
I
think this is his first bad game tonight at Philadelphia. It's gonna be real tough. Philly's got a good team. They're talented as hell. Like, it could be a blowout. It could be nasty.
We're going into pit stops here, but I want to comment and throw some props to Rod because he was on my podcast like as the season was getting ready to get going, and I asked him a straight up question: over under Panthers win total. I think it was like 6.5 or 7, and he said, "Oh, under. Don't take that. Don't touch that." And my brother-in-law was like, I don't know, man. We didn't touch it. So props to you. We got to listen to Rod's football takes here. So if he thinks the Eagles are going to win tonight, I applaud that. I'll get behind that.
I did make a good move today, Rod.
What'd you do, Rory?
Hold on. This one team right here. I actually put Deion Jackson in front of Najee Harris today.
You know, Rory, I've been kicking myself this whole afternoon because I come in today in a couple leagues with Deion Jackson on the bench, and I went to bed thinking about, oh, should I be starting Deion Jackson today? And
and I wanted to mention that also me and Rod, we're on the same page here with old Pierce down there in Houston. Damian Pierce. Yeah, we got us one right there. And Seth though, arguing with the Brees Hall, he's turned out pretty damn good too. So there's two rookies right there for everybody.
Yes, sir.
All
And
right,
we got
I
Chris.
You can tell I listen to y'all guys sometimes.
I appreciate that, Rory.
Can we stay on football real quick before we get back to NASCAR?
Yep. Go ahead.
Jags have lost 32 straight games when trailing in the fourth quarter by 4 or more points. Hold on. We are at the 7-yard line with 3 minutes left, down 5.
Ross Chastain just jumped up to the top 5 on that stop.
Yeah, so did Truex. Worm just said there were a bunch of dudes that jumped there.
Yeah, I was gonna say for those of y'all on Bovada, Truex is still 20-1. I just clicked that. I've just added him live. He's now 4th. He's
That's a
27.
great
First live bet.
First live bet of the day, Ian.
That's
Let's go.
That's
great.
Cheers, baby.
So what
I'm still waiting on Rory to give me my big.
Cody won't agree with you on that one though, because
common.
Cody doesn't like betting on retired drivers.
It's definitely coming, Ian. It's coming.
So here's
ready, man.
here's your top 10 after pit stops according to the NASCAR.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go! Sorry,
He
Darren.
loves top 10.
Hey, you got to
sorry.
get excited, man. You just rattled off that stat about the Jags. I'm glad that
Oh,
you're
we just took the
excited.
lead.
It's a historic day. Now keep the lead. So Bubba Wallace is first, Daniel Suarez second, Logano third, Truex fourth, who Ian just went on at 20-1 on Bovada. Chase Briscoe 14th was just a lap down.
Ross is 1,400 right now on Barstool.
Okay.
Hit it.
And then
Hit it. Hit that.
Yeah, I see 14 as well.
They're saying Ross Chastain.
Okay.
And then Byron 7th, Harvick 8th, Larson 8th now, and Blaney 9th. So
I think Mellon Boy's gonna have a car here the second half of the race. I was waiting on a better number.
I told you guys. I said early on, don't panic about Ross, man. He'll make the adjustments. He'll get back up there.
An apologetic Seth guy for Ross Chastain. He's always been guys. It's
SC knows Mellon Boy, baby. SC knows.
Rod, you know me like better than I know myself, my friend. I will until he's out of these playoffs. I'll keep apologizing.
Rod, I'm holding a 25-1 futures, and I know some other people that's holding some bigger futures on Chastain right now. Like beautiful. I love to see him advance.
Hey, he's not out of it, man. So I mean, obviously you can't give it up until he's out. So I
have a little small personal bet with somebody too at the real Josh G. Chastain versus Hamlin on yearly. Like I took that way early in the year. I was talking trash. I was like, my man is young. He ain't old, and he ain't gonna choke at Phoenix neither. As my man Cody would say.
Rod
knows it.
I know he loves to talk about Hamlin choking when it comes down to the end of the season. So,
who is Cody on this week? I know he likes to pick about 1 to 35 outrights each week.
I think the only car he wasn't on was no, I'm just kidding. He had Eric Jones in there as a super long shot. He wanted Elliott again to win, and then there was one in between there. I'm not on it, but yeah, it was definitely Elliott, and it was definitely Jones as a long shot to win.
Chastain is 800 now.
Yeah,
so
that
just
makes
like
sense,
that.
'cause he
Up
had
in
a
second.
start.
That was a hell of a restart by old Rossi there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know,
Black House
they
boys,
don't call
man.
him the melon. They don't call him Melon Boy for no reason. He smash you, smash.
Look at Harvick in fourth though.
All right,
Just
we're not
always
gonna
finds a
talk
way,
about
right?
that.
Oh, never mind. 6th, 7th. He's dropping. Never mind. I'm like a couple seconds behind everybody because I'm streaming it.
Yeah,
I'm
we're all-
huge.
we all
I'm
are.
huge.
We're all
I'm
different.
huge on Bubba over Harvick today. Sorry, Rod.
Yeah, it's fine. I look at. I'm all right with it because, like I said, I got Truex to win this thing out right now. I'm not seeing him even in the ticker right now, so we're looking pretty bad right now, guys.
Truex
Truex
is
is in
7th.
sixth.
He's 7th. Truex is somebody.
sorry.
Yeah,
Seventh.
I had Truex 20-1 earlier, and I was excited when you guys were calling him out as somebody who jumped up in those pit stops. But I am not liking what I'm seeing on the restart so far. Just kind of stagnant and sliding back. So that's upsetting.
So Rod, with we got I don't know how many laps, just a little over or under 200 to go. Some of these guys that we're seeing the cream starting to kind of rise to the top, get through that first stage, which is always usually a little, not too difficult, where guys are trying to feel out their equipment, feel out their stuff. Now we're starting to see the players come. This is the first round of 8. I probably counted about 6 guys in that top 8 that are or top 10 that are in the round of 8. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
You saw it in the Xfinity race even last night, where it was literally everybody in the top 8 was somewhere in that top 10. In fact, most of them, I think, were in the top 8, right? Everybody finished basically in the top 8 that was in the top 8. So I think by the end of this race, you may see that, because that's what these guys want. I mean, especially these last drivers that are remaining in the playoffs, they need those stage points. They need to be in the mix at the end. They need to keep up with everybody. And if one's up there, they all got to be up there. So strategy and every single call that guy makes on the top of the pit box is to try to get them in the top 8, hopefully by the win by the end of that race, because they want to be automatically locked in. So I think you're going to see a bunch of different strategies from these guys, but I think more than anything, they're all going to try to get themselves in the front, just like we saw last time. So I would definitely, there's a lot more racing to be had, but here's the thing. We didn't see a lot of cautions yesterday even. So I don't know that we're going to see a lot of cautions today, to be honest with you, because these guys are all trying not to get caught up in ridiculousness, right? I mean, they want to keep their cars clean. So other than Kyle Busch spinning out, we may not see another one for a very long time, especially these guys are strung out right now.
It was clean yesterday. Besides what was that caution? I don't know.
God, let's let that. Listen to the show if you want that phantom caution at the end. I'm definitely all over that one. That was.
I loved it though.
That
It worked out. It worked out. It worked out.
It worked out for some.
Yeah,
it worked out beautiful.
So what you were just talking to, Rod, and I had a thought here. I was curious if any of you guys that have been watching this race, obviously, how many passes for the lead have we seen? Or clean air is king kind of a thing again here at this track. I don't remember who would have gotten past, but we probably didn't see it.
The only pass for the lead was Suarez during pit stops.
Thank you.
Oh, and then Bubba passed him.
Shoot.
I'm behind y'all. Oh boy, here we go.
I'm behind too.
Yep, me too.
Well, pay attention.
No.
Still waiting.
Did I jinx it again?
Oh, cool.
Oh God,
it's great.
I think I might have jinxed it again.
All right, so.
Oh
Boy.
Was
all right,
that
so.
intentional?
Yes.
Oh.
Well then.
Oh my God.
That is wild. That is wild.
Oh, this
That
might
already
be
kills
bad,
one
gentlemen. If that was intentional, that is bad.
You're not allowed to walk on the racetrack anymore.
No, you're not. No love. Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Was that intentional?
So,
what's our
yes.
poll? Initial. What's our poll here?
Yes.
I have
Yes.
to see it again.
That might listen.
That was a
right
hard
rear in the straightaway. That's bad. That's real bad.
Well,
but he's walking to
keep
him.
walking.
Is
This
this
could
going to
be-
be a Noah Gragson
could be
Justin
interesting.
Allgaier thing from yesterday where he
Oh.
bumped up on his backside and was like, "Hey man, what's up?"
Oh, brother.
Oh God. Well, you
I'm
guys are
ready
ahead.
for it. Let's get the
You guys
gloves
that are
out.
ahead, don't blow it for us because I want
Yeah,
to.
blow
Yeah,
it. No,
I'm
go ahead and
gonna
blow it.
hold on. I'm gonna hold on to any reaction that I have from this.
Give me the odds on how many left hooks Bubba lands. I want
He looks pretty tame right now.
You better
minus
you
one.
better place that bet quickly.
minus
Yeah.
150. I'm gonna go with minus 150. He lands at least one.
Oh,
So we got Papa Cap here. He's asking what's happening right now.
Ooh.
Derek, if you want to kind of fill in the commentary what we're seeing. Oh,
Yep.
whoa.
Oh,
so we got
Oh
a couple
my
things
God.
happening.
Oh
So
my
Bubba,
God, dude.
There it
so
is.
the drama is getting real in Vegas. So a couple of things that are happening for those that are watching this. So Bubba and Larson get off turn 4. Bubba feels like he was put in the wall. Bubba comes down, intentionally wrecks Larson, walks all the way down as Larson's getting out, and then starts a little shoving match with Larson.
Bubba
and-
had room right there. He got into the wall.
Interesting.
Did he touch the
Interesting.
official? Did he touch my
I mean,
boy
I ain't
official?
saying he didn't get run up, but he still had like this
That's-
much space.
He
Wow.
yeah, it's a little bit of
And-
50-50, I think.
That right there just
That's-
was.
That's wrong.
I'm pissed off.
Bubba has done so many wrong
That's
things in the
so
last
bad.
5 minutes.
That
Like
is so bad. Oh my God,
Okay, that
So-
part. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was definitely right.
that is bad.
So then what that does is that takes out a Toyota contender for the championship and Christopher Bell, which many have talked about Christopher as a title contender. So
Wow.
he just gets collected in 2 guys or 1 guy really just being an absolute,
So
jackass.
let's talk about this for a second. We have all of this talk about the safety of this car, and we got guys that are turning into right rears on the straightaway.
Yep.
This, I think that this is going to be an extremely harsh penalty if they have evidence that he deliberately turned that car left and there was no mechanical issue or whatever. I think this is going to be a very harsh penalty.
I don't know that you need evidence just by. I mean, you just look. Like literally, that car could have definitely straightened out. He could. There was no way that drifting would have happened.
I
turned into him.
I was thinking maybe possibly if like a toe link broke and he couldn't steer it, maybe they can determine that. But then his reaction pushing him and
I
all
was gonna
this.
say.
I mean, yeah.
this is
Oh, no.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
After the instant, just says everything you just say.
So one question that I'm curious about doesn't change anything, but I'd be curious if there was anything prior to this that resulted in Bubba really being that upset. Bubba must have laid some serious coin on himself at the casino before the race.
Whoever just said like this is going to be a big fine or whatever to Bubba is like dead on, because A, he intentionally wrecked somebody. B, he took out a playoff driver, which I know that doesn't really go into fines and everything like that, but that is screwed up. And then he walks across the racetrack, which they completely, that's a huge no-no with cars on the track. Like they're under caution, but going by him, and like I'm in shock. And then he tries to fight. Larson had the exact same reaction that I think most people like.
I think he's getting suspended. I think he's getting suspended.
I was going to say it's got to be suspension.
I mean, if there is anything that has happened in my NASCAR watching career that warrants a suspension, that's it. That is terrible.
And we've seen some pretty big brawls in NASCAR.
Well, I'm just thinking more of the right rear and a guy on a straightaway. I mean, you cannot do that. You cannot do that.
And we've seen like more egregious things this season that haven't resulted in that type of like reaction from one of the drivers. Like that's what sets him off. Like whoever said there's got to be something else to it, you might be right. Like I don't know. That was
And
that was
Larson didn't even squeeze him. That's the frustrating part.
Exactly.
Larson was running his line. Like Bubba probably should have checked up in that instance, knowing that room was going to run out on him in the turn. Like it's not as if he's never done that before in his life. So know that you can't fit in that space. So Larson didn't have to give him anything more than he gave him right there. He gave him a lane. And so for him to get in the wall, that's on him trying to run into the corner too deep.
Yeah.
And
really
I like Bubba
strange.
Wallace. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, that was a mistake that should not.
I love Bubba. I really do. But I don't care if it was Matt Benedetto that just right reared someone on the straightaway. That is wrong. That is. I'm like Phil. I'm in shock. I can't believe that actually just happened.
Yeah,
He's
like
lucky.
now,
He's lucky Larson didn't just pop him. Because
think
I would
Larson-
have.
Look,
Dude,
he has
he
like
has
60
that-
pounds on Larson.
I
That's,
don't think
doesn't have
Larson's
that
gotten
dog
into
in
a
him.
fight. Yeah,
Wait, hold on.
he doesn't have.
Guys,
He doesn't have that dog.
34 minutes ago, Chandler Smith and Jake Garcia got in a fight in a late model race, like an actual
wow.
fight.
all right.
Well,
Some
Something's
tempers
there.
flaring today, boys.
Like Rod, like your boy said famously, Harvick, he likes fights. There should be more fights.
There should be more.
The
He's
sport
more
was made on
classic.
fights.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was that was eventful. That takes out my Kyle Larson over Kyle Busch bet. 5 minutes ago, I'm excited because Kyle's spinning through the grass.
Yeah, there goes my Kyle Larson winning Group B.
Yes.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
we're starting
so-
to realize all the bets that we just like. I had top 10
Yeah.
on Bubba. I think Rory convinced me earlier as we
Rory.
got started. Bubba over whoever we took.
Worm. Yes, she would. She'll mess somebody up. She's like a pit bull. She comes from a fighting family. Her dad's thrown Doberman pinchers over top of stuff before back in the day. That's a Rory stories for later on.
There you go.
Maybe we'll get Papa on there.
All right. So that kind of ruins, like you were saying, Phil. That kind of ruins a lot of our.
Guess who's still alive? Chastain. This guy.
It's a shame for Bell. That is such a
Yeah.
shame for
Yeah.
Christopher Bell because like you
Ian,
just-
was you ready? Did you fire on Chastain?
I'm in, buddy. I'm in. I was also in on Larson and Bubba outright, so that was not a great 5 minutes for me. But yeah,
No.
Chastain 14-1.
Crack that beverage, man. You need it. Rory's
Yeah.
gonna toss you a Busch Light here in the middle of this.
I really wish I could hear
Yeah,
the
in case it
audio,
goes-
but it'll be interesting to hear what when I scroll Twitter here, what Bubba is saying, and maybe what Larson said. Bell,
yeah,
I'm curious.
Oh wait, what's Bubba
Yeah.
gonna say?
Well, Rod, we appreciate you joining us today.
Yes.
Man, we know you have a busy Sunday ahead of you.
Yep.
We know we can find you here on the back road every other Tuesday with us on In Between Media. Why don't you tell our listeners, viewers, where else they can support you throughout the remainder of the 2022 NASCAR season and beyond?
The best place to find me is on Twitter at RJ Villagomez. You see the link right there. There's a link in my bio. It takes you to every place I've got anything going on, whether it's the F1 Gambling Podcast, the NASCAR Gambling Podcast, CFL Gambling Podcast, NFL Propcast, articles for the Sportsbook Review. Whatever's I got going on, it's all in there in the link in the bio. So I'm definitely, like Seth, I got a lot going on, but you can all find it in that one spot.
Rod, thank you so
Awesome.
much for joining us, man.
Hell yeah. Thanks,
We'll see you
Rod.
back soon. You're the
man.
GOAT, Rod. You're the GOAT.
I will
Thank
not
you,
turn
Rod.
into your right rear, guys. I will not turn into your right rear.
No.
We appreciate you, brother. Take care. Have a great rest
Love
of your
that.
Sunday, my friend.
see you, Rod.
What a moment. Well, that was a good moment to have Rod on. Got to see a little excitement there. Rod's a good guy.
SKYBOX had to
Definitely-
jump off too. It seems like he's sweating out this Jaguars game right now. This one's going. Oh, sorry. Jaguars just lost it. It looks like 17 seconds left. Game winner for the Colts. It's looking like Alec Pierce who played him. How you doing?
So-
How you doing, Mark?
What do you got for us, Mark?
All right,
Mark's used to losing.
Bubba's interview is terrible. The Jags just gave up a touchdown. Whatever, we lost.
You're used to it, right?
Yeah, thank you. Bubba's interview. So Marty what's his last
Snyder.
name? Snyder. So he asks him what happened there, and Bubba said he didn't give me any room. I'm not in a position to lift. He should have lifted. He never cleared me. He shoved me in the wall. That's fine. Next question was Marty Snyder saying something about what kind of message were you trying to send, something along those lines. And Bubba said, stop fishing. And fishing for what? You reared him on the straightaway. And then he goes, Marty Snyder says, I'm not fishing for anything, but what were you trying to do when you went up to him on the track? And then Bubba said something about he knows what I'm there for, and then just walked off. That is just unacceptable in my eyes. I think this is terrible. This is terrible.
Larson's up there now.
Here,
I just can't hear what. Yeah, report on that there.
Yeah, because you do have people in the chat that aren't maybe able to watch the race. They're just able to watch our stream, whether they're at work or an event. So any information we can give them is definitely appreciated. I know that. So
yeah,
interesting.
KFB back on the lead lap. Now he's going to spin again.
Wow. And you guys want to hear, like, the New York Giants, I called it wrong on the tailgate show this morning, but they just upset the Ravens. They had a strip sack with just a couple moments left in this one. Cap it off with a good one. So, yeah, man, this is a crazy day of sports gambling. I'm not too happy about it. I had a little parlay ski going. Hit all the leg except the Ravens to cover against the Giants. So
should have had the Steelers.
I did. That was part of it, Rory. That was part of it. But
yeah, there you go. Money line, like Ian said, only Rory just plays 3-1 money lines on parlays and boom.
So the Jets win, the Giants win.
It's a good day to be a New Yorker. That's for sure.
Man, what a bad.
Hopefully,
Phillies in the NLCS for my man Phil.
Well,
Pete Rose is going to be up there, right? They're going to invite Pete back. He's going to coach the team the rest of the way.
I saw Pete Rose at dinner earlier this year at in Cooperstown, New York, and that dude. We should probably pay attention to the restart here. But that dude's kind of a piece of shit.
Really? Pete Rose? I wouldn't have guessed.
Just Kyle Larson kept it together during his interview. He said,
well, y'all get ready for this that's coming up.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, so for those who aren't able to watch, we had a spin on the restart, Ricky Stenhouse.
You called it, Phil.
Is that his last name?
Maybe we should watch the restart. And I looked up, and I was like, shit, it's already a caution.
Yep. So
interesting.
Oh, God.
Didn't seem like it got anybody else. So, yeah, just trying to keep our guys who are not able to watch the race up to date here.
How about Gregson P10?
Let's go, plus 215.
Yeah, I was seeing some Grayson love earlier in the chat as well. Like. So
I'm gonna need some help after Bubba doing that to me.
They were on this restart. They were beating and banging up front, and Ricky spun in the back.
19, the 31, they got into it.
So pretty weird.
Rory's boy Denny Hamlin, he went from 31st to 2nd, I believe, in like 105 laps.
Yeah, the TV's doing a horrible job keeping us up to date with what's going on.
Hamlin's on 2, though.
Yeah, they said in the chat, shout out Zach, 2 tires. So that got him up front, I guess. But TV hasn't shown us that at all.
How are you guys feeling about the bet so far? We're about what lap are we on right now? We're about 100 laps into this thing. So how are we feeling? A lot's kind of changed since a little over 100 laps ago, guys.
I have 2 guys running the top 5 that I took, and Noah Gregson running the top 10. So maybe they'll cancel out Bubba today.
Vibes are high for Rory, I'm hearing. Vibes are high for Rory. Mark, how are you feeling? You're his co-host over there on Laying Coin. Are you also laying coin on the right people Rory was?
I'm feeling good. I'm on sorry, the Jags are doing a little flea flicker action here, but I'm on Blaney. I like that still. My McDowell over Custer bet still looking pretty good. And I don't really know what Eric Jones is doing. We're still flea flickering over here. We still got a chance. Oh, ball's still live here. Okay, now it's over. Jags lose. All right, on to NASCAR.
Phil, what about you? How you feeling over there? Anything shake up your bet so far early on here?
So feeling good for sure. I called out some guys on the pod for outright earlier in the week, and Chastain and Blaney took a live on Logano. So those guys are all running top 5. Just got to be consistent there. I have Blaney and Logano together in a head-to-head parlay, Penske parlay there. So that's going well. But anything with Bubba fell apart, obviously.
Right.
So not loving that. But hey, got some live bullets for the outright still right now.
Okay. So Phil's locked and loaded here. Ian, how are you and the flag hunting boys doing?
Yeah, Bubba hurt us as well there. We had Bubba over Harvick. We had Bubba outright, so that was kind of tough. We also had Larson outright. So, yeah, the last, 10 minutes haven't been great, but that's the good news about betting on outright is you only need one to hit. So we still have Reddick in the mix, Truex, Chastain are all up there, right? So
okay.
Yeah,
Ian and Chris keeping it up. Yeah, vibes are high for flag hunting still, despite losing Bubba. Guys, we had Derek and Rory. They hopped off for a second here, probably hitting that bathroom break. We are about that time, but we do have a guest in the waiting, and I know he's going to tell us why all our bets are shitty this week. But I'm excited to welcome him on nonetheless. Guys, let's give it up for Chris Wormy. What's up, Chris?
Big word.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about how bad your bets are, especially the ones that are out. Oh man.
Hey, Worm, you can kiss my ass, okay?
Clip that. Yeah. Well, thank you, Worm,
going on in the race.
Yeah. We just witnessed a half a fight.
What the hell is Bubba Wallace doing?
Chris, I think he's getting suspended. You can, with all of this safety talk and all these 3 guys that have clearly that are not racing with us. Ware's back, but you cannot right rear somebody on the front stretch with all this going on. That is unacceptable in my eyes.
Well, he's an idiot. Like, if I'm his sponsor, like his team, it's like, hey, we busted our ass in this car all week. You were fine. He hit the wall. Mm-hmm. He's fine. Like, go out there and get a finish for your team, for your sponsors. Don't be an immature little bitch and spin someone out. Like, that's what happened. That's what happened. Yep. And then he sounded like an idiot when he went on and lied. Oh, you hit the wall. It's like, SMT data is going to show exactly what you were doing. Like, you didn't, like, you hit the gas clearly. Like, if you couldn't handle the car, you were going to let off. So if your foot's on the throttle, you're lying. I don't know. I think, and then to fight Kyle Larson, come on. Like, listen, it's not like you wrecked Ross Chastain, okay? You wrecked Kyle Larson, who got loose and slid you up the track. Like, what? Like, Kyle Larson's like, yeah, sorry. I got loose. You got tight. You hit the wall. You were fine. And then you're going to fight me? Like, beating up Kyle Larson, what does that do? It does nothing.
His interview.
You're dead on right here. Like, Bubba should go back and just watch and after this race and be like, I wiped my car out for no reason because I had a really good race car and I should have gotten out of the throttle, gave up the position, and went on with the race. I mean, we're still in the early portion of the race. We're not even at the 3rd stage. So you're dead on right there. Dead on.
I just think, like, look at, oh, those things are hard to control. Like, you waited till he got a little ahead of you, and you buried it in his right rear quarter panel. Like,
did you see the throttle statistics there? Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
I mean, whatever. I mean, it's like I had finally kind of given way to, hey, Bubba can compete. He's in a car that's fast enough. Time to start respecting him as a racer. And it's all he's wanted. All he wanted was to shut the hell up or tell those people to shut the hell up. Well, that's what he said after he won. And then he comes out here and does something like that. It's like, what? Come on. Yeah. Like, and then Chris Bell. If I'm Chris Bell, I'm like, hey, Bubba, are you happy, by the way? And if you're Toyota, are you happy with Bubba? Like, Chris Bell had I think he'll be good next week, but I don't know. I think that he showed a lot of immaturity there. at both those cars, Ty Gibbs and Bubba Wallace, just show some immaturity. Like, I don't know. It's almost like this. Like he thinks he just belongs like at the front all the time. And it's like, this is hard. It's hard to do. And you can't just lose your cool like that.
He said in the interview, I had a chance to like go back when Mark was talking about it. He's trying to make a point like, I don't lift. I know these guys aren't used to having me run up front, but I don't lift. Like Rory said, what are you trying to prove? 29 laps into, stage 2. Like, bro, that's how you run up front, is to know when to lift and when not to lift. Like,
exactly.
Let a guy go for no fucking reason. Like,
sometimes you can't let your temper take over. You know what I'm saying?
He's doing temper tantrum. Like he acted like a toddler, man.
I mean,
the interview was worse.
That was absolutely just losing your temper right there. I mean, I don't know it.
Now, you know what's getting lifted
like
is
Chris
his car
said.
into the hauler. Like
Chris
you may not be
said,
lifting the gas, but your car's getting lifted into the hauler. Like,
it really
you tell me.
It really is disheartening because I had talking so highly on him of how later on in the year it looked like he was starting to gain some maturity and taking care of the race car, and then now we're back at like 0 again. I mean, that just that was a stupid move. It was. I mean, everybody does dumb shit, and then everybody else does like out there just, hey, I really fucked up.
He said, hate it for my guys. Like, hey, what?
Like, he made
you ain't lying.
So we're back under green right now. Chris, how are you feeling about some of the bets you put out today? And also, we didn't have a great point to intro you as well. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where we can find your work here in the NASCAR gambling industry?
I have a podcast with Todd Furman called Stay Green. It's a Bet the Board podcast that we film every Wednesday or record every Wednesday and then comes out on Fridays. I like to come in and give everybody a hard time at the gambling preview show on Twitter Spaces. I like to make the guys nervous. And then I do a pre-race poll, which
what if I told you it didn't work?
I know it doesn't work. I know it doesn't work. Well, like I said, I don't think I talked about it on my last podcast. I don't think that the more that I do this and really think about bets and gambling and trying to make money, I really don't think that there's so much data out there that you can make a reason for any bet. Like anybody can justify almost anything. Oh, track history with this guy, or green flag speed in the third stage, or there's always these justifications. That's why it's really important that you explain exactly why you're making a bet, because then you're either right or you're wrong, and you can discard that information if it's not needed. And if it did work, okay, great. What else can I add to make sure that I'm making good bets?
Yeah, I thought you did a pretty good job on your own this week. I mean, that had to have made your head a little
way
bit
harder.
Bigger. A little bit
way
bigger,
harder,
isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a little bit bigger. Looks like your fluff up. Looks like your fluff up front's a little bit higher. So
it is. Oh man, my hair. By the way, I'm having a great hair day for me, for sure.
What do you think?
So I have. Like I've said to people in the past, my hair product is hair product. It's not a magic wand. It can't make you pretty, Mark. I'm sorry.
What could it do for this? Because I don't.
It actually might. It can't make that beard look worse. So I think it actually might work. Like I feel like you could. Have you ever found a Cheeto in there, or something in your beard? I feel like that's something you would do.
Every once in a while, you get a little carried away, and you might have a little leftover liquor left on there, and that's always good.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a little flavor saver right there.
So as far as my bets, I'm on Chastain.
Yes, we
pre-race.
And
I was on Chastain pre-race and live, and then I was on Truex and Kyle Busch live, but I sold those. And made money after Kyle Busch wrecked. I was able to sell Truex. Well, once he slipped back, I sold him. And I made, after all was said and done, I made money. I cashed out on FanDuel, both of those. But now Kyle Busch is back on the lead lap. I don't know. He's
Where's
not
he
running.
at?
He's 15th.
Oh.
And then my two matchups, I got some. I got Ty Gibbs, or no, I have Noah Gragson over Ty Gibbs, and I have Justin Haley over Ricky Stenhouse.
Hell yes. Beautiful.
So I needed Ricky to have a little bit more of an issue than just lightly spin out, touch nothing, and then I'm sure late in the race find something when it gets really hot and slick. He'll find some on the high line, and then I'll lose a bet that was winning for 100 or 265 laps, and that's my nope. I'm going to be lucky today. I'm actually going to win some bets.
That's right.
Well, what do we have there? What do we have there?
I got a little maker's mark.
Yeah.
Oh boy, hell yes.
And then I got
I don't know about the
Miller Lite,
but
get
me
out
and
of
you
here,
could-
Chris.
Me and you could be best friends with the maker's mark.
You gotta get away from the Miller's Light. This is a Busch Light only podcast. If we're drinking,
Oh,
I
okay.
guarantee you, me and you go to jail.
What are the odds on that?
At Talladega. That's where
at
we're
Talladega.
going next year.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
where
that's
we're
happening.
going. Worm, we're going to Talladega next year. It's going to happen. It's
All
going
right.
to happen.
So,
We
Chris,
just got
one
to
question.
figure out which one we're going to.
One question for you, because we're doing the live stream. We're not able to hear all the scanners or see some of the data that we typically do. Was there anything that we've missed so far? Has there been any talk about tires or any issues that you heard?
So I was listening to a lot of just the Toyotas, just because I thought that they were undervalued in live markets.
Mm-hmm.
And they made a note that a lot of the Chevys and especially the Hendrick cars fall off in the long run, and that's where they've been beneficial. Have not heard too much tire chatter.
Okay.
Speaking of Chase Elliott's just an 18th. And I thought for a guy that we saw move up so early on, he was the guy that I picked in the pre-race poll not to win, mainly because of Chase Elliott fans just in general. But yeah, I'm kind of shocked to see him running 19th.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Is this a playoff contest? This is the favorite for the championship. We're 4 races out, and he is running 19th. Let me list off some of the cars that are beating the favorite to win the championship. Eric Almirola, Eric Jones,
Eric Almirola, baby, let's go.
Yeah, AJ Allmendinger, Michael McDowell, Ty Gibbs are all beating Noah Gragson. Are all beating the shoe-in for the championship. Listen, he's a shoe-in because of the position that he's at right now with the points lead, and he just needs to basically not screw up. But from a speed perspective, when was the last time, not at a road course, where we said, hey, Chase Elliott had the fastest car? The only time it was at easy Troy.
Let's go, Troy.
Get him, SC. That's SC.
Oh, that's
Troy.
SC?
Yeah,
Oh,
T-Roy.
Well, go back to betting pucks, T-Roy. Yeah, I just think that I thought we would have we'd have the championship guy up there competing, and right now it looks like it's Blaney, Chastain, William Byron, and Denny Hamlin's right there in 6th, hanging out with 2 tires, running decent enough lap times. Looks like everybody behind him is running at a slower pace. So,
Chris, do you think Elliott, he hasn't the guys that we're seeing up front right now are the guys, if you looking at mile and a halves this season, have been fast and getting decent finishes. Chase has not been one of them. So do you think that there's any thought of kind of what you said, where just stay out of trouble and we'll focus on the other 2 races? They're kind of just closing up shop on their mile and a half program for the season. We'll worry about
well, he doesn't need to be good, to be honest.
Exactly.
He can still get there. Okay, let's just focus on, what, that would have been a great piece of information to know, because I'd have faded the hell out of him today. But here's the thing. He could easily
listen to the podcast, Chris.
He got
love
yes, that. I love to hear you. I love to get whatever. By the way, Justin Haley just went by him.
Ooh.
Justin Haley's kind of fast, I think.
I like Justin Haley.
I do.
So how fast is, not to get off topic, but how fast is Kyle Busch if he spun out, went a lap down, obvious reasons, and then got back up to 14th. Now he kind of stalls out. I mean,
no, because he's got Allmendinger, Jones, Gregson, Almirola, Cindric. Like that's you guys out on the track right there.
That's not.
I think that he'll make up some more spots there, and Truex is right behind him.
Chris. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
that's a y'all, not a you guys. All right.
Y'all.
Blaney.
I think Blaney's fast, man. So here's why I wasn't as high on Blaney today. I thought that usually hot slick racetracks are not Blaney's friend at where there's tire wear, but this is pretty impressive run because it's not like the one was fast or slow in practice. I mean, this is just
the one coming back right here. The one coming back right here.
But look at Gregson, top 10. Like, I wish I had gotten some of that top 10 price.
You should have told me. What the hell?
I should have told you?
Yeah.
Told. Go ahead and look that up in the. How do you spell that? Is there
It's
2
the same
L's
thing as
or
you
1?
saying you guys. Hey, you guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think Kyle will be there, but I mean, if you look at like the odds board right now, I'm just looking at DraftKings.
It was plus 215.
10 to 1. I don't know. That doesn't make much sense to me.
No.
I don't know. I'm pulling for Chastain, but I mean, if you guys are on Blaney, I'll just take to win my matchups. If I could do that, that'd be nice. So,
Chris, when you're kind of looking at the DraftKings sportsbook right now, is there any live bets that you're considering? Any numbers you're watching to see if they get to the right price for you to take, or are you kind of out on live for the rest of the day?
Oh no, I'm just out on live right now because I'm talking to you guys. I think that if you were to look at just looking, I wouldn't play this, but Denny Hamlin has worked his way into track position, and if he does that, you're talking about the guy that was 5.5 to 1 to start the week, started 32nd, has worked his way up into the top 5, and now you're getting an 8 to 1 price on him. So, and by the way, if Denny Hamlin's there and he has a chance to win, he's going to win the damn race. That's what Denny will do. When it comes to, I don't know, I think Tyler Reddick's probably properly priced. Kevin Harvick would be one. I mean, he's 15 to 1. He hasn't really shown the speed. He just kind of hangs around. So I would say Hamlin would probably be the best bet on the board, just because I feel like there's just value there, in my opinion. But also look at Logano. Like Logano's really fast.
I was about to say that. I'm gonna lay a little Logano coin here.
Logano just passed Chastain.
Yeah, I'm getting him at 550 on one of my locals. I don't love that number.
I got 600 here on DK, but I don't know if there's a better price out there for Logano right now.
It's exactly halfway through the race. I would probably wait a little bit. I think the track's going to get hotter and slicker, and especially at that 6 to 1 price on Logano and Blaney. I guess we have seen long green flag runs, and they kind of just hung around. So I don't know. They're probably properly priced right now. If you were to give me Blaney at 7, I might nibble. But
I would say sit out and wait on these green flag pit stops that are getting ready to come up.
Might not be a bad idea.
Well, Hamlin's known to have issues when it comes to speeding on pit road or getting in and out of his box.
You're just wanting to jinx somebody today, are you?
Am I?
Derek's mad. His Green Bay Packers didn't hit today, so he's.
What did you say?
No,
he's on
2 minutes before Kyle Busch spun. We haven't had any tire. I know it wasn't a tire issue, but
and that worked out for me. And then my guy gets doored in the wall by Bubba Wallace, Darrell Wallace, I should call him.
What a Darrell for that move! Like, I can't believe that.
That wasn't Darrell. That wasn't Darrell.
That was a Darrell move for sure.
That's way worse than I think anything Chastain's done this year, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Way worse than anything Chastain's done.
Those Chastain incidents have been race related mistakes for the most part.
Yes.
Listen,
aggressive driving, but not that.
Rory, listen.
Right.
I was scrolling Twitter while we're doing this, and there are a lot of people that are upset that people are raising arms about this Bubba Wallace thing. I could not disagree more. I think that this is absolutely ridiculous. For the 10th time that I've said this on this stream, I think this is ridiculous. I am not a fan of right rearing guys on the front stretch.
Not right now.
You just
No.
can't, you cannot do that. That is
Just had a guy
wrong.
yesterday retire because he had a qualifying accident in his car.
Precisely. And the
Mark,
guy
you're
that
saying
bumped-
people
Go ahead.
are defending him?
Yeah, let me pull this up.
Jesus, I brought
All right,
up
here you
this
go.
subject.
I'm not gonna out this guy,
Like-
but this is how the tweet reads: "Y'all shredding Bubba harder than anyone else that's done the same shit this year."
Who's done this year?
I said right rear on the front stretch. You can't.
I
defend that
haven't
in this
seen.
car.
I haven't seen that.
He
this
goes
year.
on to say,
I
"No,
haven't-
no defending that move. Defending the fact that everyone is hyping this up beyond what it was." And I just think that it should be a big deal. This should
He
be.
tried to fight
Judge.
Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
hold on. I'm okay with the fighting. I am okay with shoving, punches. I'm okay with that. I am not on board with the right
with
rear.
what he did, Leo. What he did.
I'm
Get to
down for
that
fighting.
point.
I'm for man on man, fisticuffs. I'm down for fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only
cool.
person
Let
that
that
should
one
be
hang out there
fighting.
for a bit.
Yeah.
I'm only down for fighting if we can get odds on it beforehand.
I
Ugh.
to say that this is being overhyped up, I mean,
Oh.
that's a ridiculous comment. I don't know.
The drivers have had 2 meetings with NASCAR to talk about driver safety.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
and like hitting, like, yeah. And to Derek's point, like, dude, we had someone retire yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, in all that aside, like all the work that went in that car, clearly a race winning car. His day was not over. Like, that was an exaggeration. He could have easily driven back to the front. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously some bias that goes along, like certain people like certain drivers. That's fine. Like, but I mean, if Bubba wants to be treated like a championship contender and wants to be taken seriously week in and week out, by the way, this is what happens at the front of the field. You race for positions.
Yeah.
These races are hard to win. You need to understand and say, hey, listen, I'm just going to race Kyle Larson hard, just like he raced me. I'm not going to take us both out of the race. Like, that's just nobody wins in that scenario. You know,
the interview afterwards, I think, makes it worse. If you're gonna
agree.
do that,
Yes.
step up to the plate and say, "Yeah, I fucking wrecked him." Like, yeah,
Mhm.
you know, don't pussyfoot around it. It's just ridiculous. Like, the whole thing is just.
Phil,
I
get a
like
little
that.
fired
I
up
like
here.
that. Phil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phil's fired up. Let's go.
Phil's
Phil.
Fired up, Phil.
We're gonna
Yeah,
have
the fired
I'll
up.
drink to that.
Listen, we're gonna have to clip that and put some bleeps in there and post it. Be like,
No,
wow,
because then
Phil's
I'll
got
get
some
Bubba
aggressive-
Wallace fans hounding me, and that won't be good. But
Listen, Phil, if it means anything, I'm coming to your rescue.
yeah, I mean, we're all on the same page here. It just doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense, and I think Larson handled it fantastic in his interview, and the other guy, Christopher Bell. I think I'm like slowly becoming a fan of him.
I'm a
cheering for
huge
him.
Bell fan.
What did
He
anyone
handled
watch
it
the
perfectly.
Christopher
Yes.
Bell interview?
I watched it, and he was as calm as you could be. He almost kind of defended
Good for
in
him.
a way, like Bubba, like, yeah, he got run into the wall and we got caught up with it. He wasn't freaking out. He wasn't anything. They were like, yeah, we'll move on next week. We did it once, like that kind of mentality. Exactly. Cookie cutter, what you would say. And he didn't have any negative emotions or whatever. I can get down with a guy like that because he has every reason to be just up in arms. Like, crazy. Whole seasons come down to that. Like, that's wild.
Couldn't
Boy,
agree
this
more.
14 teams struggling.
Yeah.
I like the way
What are they
Denny
doing?
Hamlin's looking right now.
Yeah, 14. Elliott's now in 20th, just past Austin Dillon, who looked like he was going about 60 miles an hour, reminiscent of Daytona. And it's interesting. I mean,
It's backwards.
Blaney, Logano, Chastain. So
Sheldon Creed just posted a tweet, and all it was a link to Kyle Larson's apparel shop. We got beef. We got beef.
Well, by the way, Sheldon Creed, he's pulled like a 180. He went from like this, like long hair to all of a sudden this clean cut glasses. Like, what happened? Did he have like hire a PR person? Like he went from like swearing on live TV, not realizing he was on TV, to like
he's got the glow.
Gregson said at the beginning of this year that sponsors and people forced him to shave his mullet. So, I mean, I think that's a real thing.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, he
Who's
said
the
in an
sponsor?
interview
The
at
New York
Daytona.
Yankees?
Interesting.
That's dumb.
I'll have to go back and find it, but yeah, he said it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I own a hair product company. Maybe I will sponsor guys with mullets, and then they don't have to wear a hat and they don't have to drink a Coke.
There
They
you
can,
go.
Just run their hands through their hair and just.
Can I gotta, yes, exactly. Okay, so I have.
They can have a Busch Latte.
I've tweeted this out a few times. So Ty Gibbs, great race car driver. Love him or hate him. I personally don't like him. Love him or hate him. He's a great race car driver. He is so bad at fake drinking a Monster. He is so bad. These guys that drink Coke and now I think some of the guys actually are drinking liquid in the can or bottle. I don't think it's actually Coke. I think it's water. But Ty Gibbs drinking out of the Monster thing is so bad. It's so bad. So, Chris, if you have an idea that makes it look not so, wow, this is so fake and terrible, sign me up for that.
Okay, we'll never get those 30 seconds back, but we'll just keep watching the race here. No, I'm all for it. Like, KFB's up to P11. His lap times though, they're all right. The guys whose lap times are looking pretty sporty.
Hamlin
or the 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was hoping you were
All
going to say
right.
that.
Is he
I
still
just
at
got
8
him.
to
But
1?
he's
If he's still
9
8 to 1, I'm taking it.
Let's
9 to
hit
1?
him. Let's hit him. Yes.
Go to
He's
Barstool.
9-1 on Barstool.
Rory
Yes,
wants
8
it.
to 1. I'm on it.
I'm all in with Big Perm here on this one.
All right,
I'm
second
locked
live
in.
bet of the night.
Denny Hamlin.
Awesome.
Oh, it's dropped to 7. I got Denny Hamlin locked in 7 to 1.
Okay, good. So a number of us are in. Okay, so let's see. We got
That's
15
who I
laps to
said
go.
I was going to be watching like a hawk. And his lap times keep getting just better and better as this race goes on.
Phil's fading Denny
go.
Hamlin in a matchup too. So Phil,
Sorry about
you're
his
probably not
bad
liking
luck.
this.
I got in on it. I want to be part of the crew. You know what I mean? I got
Hey,
in on it. 8 to 1.
Who'd you fade Hamlin with?
It wasn't necessarily a fade of Hamlin. It was more so the odds on Wednesday night. He was just super heavily favored against Chastain, and I got to find my notebook.
Shit, he's going to go
It was
by
like around
Chastain right now.
It was around 200 to 1 or plus 200.
Wow.
He was
He's
plus
going by
140
him as
against-
we speak.
Yeah. But it was just like how, Chastain's been so fast this year on mile and a halfs, to get plus 140 to just beat one other guy. That was
Yeah. No, I mean, it was just kind of a value bet. I mean, it's not like Chastain's beating him right now. But it looks like Hamlin, it won't be long. So
What
I
a
might
pit
add
stop.
a little bit more to Hamlin.
Yeah, I'm going back.
So
to
there's an interesting matchup on DraftKings right now that's still live. Ryan Blaney minus 165 versus Denny Hamlin plus 130. Is anyone interested in jumping on the plus 130 Denny Hamlin train right now if you're going outright on him?
Over who?
Give me the outright.
Well, here's the
Over
thing.
Blaney.
Let's think about this. Would you rather have Denny Hamlin to win at 8 to 1 and have Ryan Blaney finish second, or do you want the plus 130 payout? Now, I understand that Ryan Blaney something could happen to him, but if Blaney's leading halfway through a race and he's actually driven past the leader, Blaney's got a good car. Like, in order to beat Ryan Blaney, you're probably going to have to win the race, in my opinion, just because he's kind of established himself. He's got a 2.5 second lead. That was a really slow lap, but
By who?
By Blaney, 32-second lap. He must have lap traffic issues, I'd guess. I just think right now you take Hamlin to win. I would not touch him in that Blaney matchup. Because remember, Hamlin he qualified 28th or whatever, so he doesn't have a great pit stall. I can't imagine he's going to pick up spots on pit road, whereas Blaney does have a good pit stall. He probably has a clean in and out. So Denny's going to actually have to drive past him, and right now he's 5.8 seconds back. I don't see that happening. That would be my 2 cents.
No, good information there. The other
I
one,
think something bad's getting ready to happen.
Well, that's great. Hopefully it's to Ty Gibbs or Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
And I'm the one being accused of bad juju.
What do you got,
Seth?
What do you got, Seth? I think we're going to see a blown tire for a long.
Oh, please be Ty Gibbs. Just get me 2 matchups home for the first time in a while. I'd be thrilled. If it's Ty Gibbs, I'll be happy. Anybody have Ty Gibbs in any matchups? I don't want to root against anybody's money.
No.
I should have taken him against Brad.
Seth, what were you saying? Who were you asking about, too?
Well, so there's this other matchup right now, too, which, it depends where your allegiances lie. I know Ian down there, he's probably interested in it, but it's Tyler Reddick right now, plus 105 against Willie B. Willie B's been pretty consistent today, but I don't know. That's still I feel like pretty generous odds. How do you feel about that, Ian?
I don't know, man. Reddick's been pretty stagnant since stage 1. Really since that first cycle of green flag pit stops, he kind of cycled back to like 6th or 7th, and then really hasn't made up much ground under green. So
I'd hammer Willie B right here.
Okay, Willie B. Love, Chris. How are you feeling about it? Would you ride Willie B in this one or Reddick?
That long run comment you mentioned about
the Chevys. I don't know. I mean, well, not the Chevys, but Hendrick more specifically. I don't have a feel on this. Like sometimes I just I just don't know. I'm not one way or the other. I feel like whoever kind of cycles out on that last green flag run, it doesn't seem like one car is is particularly better, but I think if you end up in the point where it looks like could end up with a long green flag runs for this final stage, I think if you're comfortable with track position and you kind of trust the guys on pit road, whoever kind of gets the lead after the restart, it'd be hard to make up that difference without an issue. So whoever has track position, obviously that edge goes to Byron right now. But ultimately, I feel like their cars are probably the same. Okay. I'm trying to think of one car that's better. I think just Blaney's just the fastest. If I had to, of course, Suarez runs a fast lap there. A lot of this right now is very
traffic
tires
dependent.
Traffic.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have an interesting third stage here.
I think you're just saying a bunch of shit, hoping something sticks to the wall, which is also fine. Like,
hey,
you just say everything and then you're right. Like,
yeah.
He just wants to go back and clip it.
I think we're gonna see a blown tire. Okay. I think we're gonna see a pass. Okay. I think we're going to see a green flag pit stop. Okay.
Bingo.
You got to cover them all. You got to throw them all in there.
Rory's letting the people know what they need to know, man.
Hey, Ian, I got a question. If Tom Kim can win a major, which one would it be?
I like the question.
Okay. So I have a ton of bias. My best friend now caddies for him. So
right.
So I'm just curious. I have a thought. I'm curious what you think.
The PGA.
Okay, I would go off the top of my head an Open Championship just because his skill right now is. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep, gotcha.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay, we're back now. I would say an Open just because those firm and fast fairways over in England and Scotland or whatever, like they're going to play really well into his driving accuracy, and a guy that hits a lot of fairways is going to get added 50, 60 yards over there. Whereas I feel like here in the States, a lot of the majors, especially the USPGA and the US Open, you got to have to bomb it a little bit. I think he's going to have to pick up at least 15 or 20 yards. Right now his average ball speed's at like 163, 165, which is like a 270 carry. That's not going to get it done at most USGA setups, and the PGA Championship is every year, I feel like kind of shading more and more towards very similar skill sets to what we see from the USGA every single year. So right now with his present skill set, I would say the Open. I think he's got some questions to answer, though, as we kind of get into the meat of the PGA Tour season, because at a lot of these kind of marquee stops on the PGA Tour schedule, his lack of distance, I think, will really kind of hurt him. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree. But they're working on that. This is like a well-known thing. And I guess his ball speed back when he was like 16, 17 years old was like a 175 ball speed. And then he realized to win in Korea, you just need to hit it straight. Or to win in Asia, you just need to hit it straight. And
Absolutely. Yes.
so that's something they're working on. I know very specifically. So I was kind of curious. I think even if where's the U.S. Open this year?
Fuck. I actually don't. I know the PJ's at Oak Hill. The U.S. Open is it LACC this year?
Ooh.
2023 U.S. Open. Which I like Colin Morikawa for that place. Like it's a pretty short venue for U.S. Open, and
you always like Colin. You always like Colin Morikawa.
I do, man. I do, but I've had this one pegged for him for quite a while. Is talking about U.S. Open, but Rory's not wrong. It's Colin Morikawa always. But yeah, I think. I mean, he's 20, so I'm going to give him time to grow into his body and to kind of grow into that speed, because we've seen. I mean, 3 of the best drivers of the golf ball we have in the game right now had the same exact process ahead of them when they were 20 in their early 20s. Sungjae Im, Matt Fitzpatrick, Bryson DeChambeau, all came for as kind of short, accurate hitters, and look at them now. They all picked up distance. I mean, Bryson obviously jumped the shark maybe a little bit, but guys like Sungjae and Fitzpatrick are some of the best total drivers we have in the game right now, and they started at the exact same spot that Tom Kim is. So
yeah,
he's got plenty of potential. There's no really leaks in this game for driving distance.
He didn't miss it in the wrong spot for 72 holes. Like he never was in a spot where it's like he might not be able to get this up and down. Everything was like so well thought out, and it was good to see Joe like actually caddying. Because with Rick, he'd be like 165. What do you want to just nuke a 9, or you want to hit an easy 8? Like, and there was like no conversation. Whereas it was kind of nice to actually like, guy was caddying, like, and the conversations were great. It was good for the game. And then I saw a tweet that was hilarious. It said like, players, the PGA Tour need to make sure they don't leave for the Live Tour. And it was like Tom Kim, Max Homa, Tom Kim, JT, Tom Kim, Homa, JT, Tom Kim. Oh yeah, Tom Kim. Thought that was hilarious. But then you see Brooks make almost $5 million. I mean,
yeah.
It's a little bit of coin.
It's up to where you are in your career. Yeah, it's up to where you are in your career. Like if you value your legacy and you value major championships and some of the marquee venues that we have on the PGA Tour, Muirfield Village, Pebble Beach, Torrey Pines, TPC Sawgrass. I mean, I could go through a list of them. But I mean, if that's what you're after, I mean, then we have the history, we have the pedigree that comes with being a PGA Tour winner and winning some of the biggest events that are on the world golf stage. But hey, I'm not going to fucking fault anybody for taking care of 3 generations and
I have a question.
Talking in 9 figures.
I have a question for anybody, probably Ian and Chris, but for anybody. So I'm from Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, home of PGA Tour headquarters. I'm a PGA Tour homer. I'll never leave the PGA Tour no matter what they do. But from a handicapper perspective, from a golf Twitter perspective, what do you think the percentage is, or have there been any guys that have kind of followed the Live Tour handicapping wise, followed these golfers handicapping wise, or has most everybody stayed with the PGA Tour?
I haven't bet anything on the Live Tour. Yeah. I haven't even looked at Live Tour lines. I mean, and I'm not even a PG. I think the way that I look at it is the Live Tour is actually going to do a lot of good for the PGA Tour. It made Jay Monahan look really, really bad. And, when you have the cover of the Wall Street Journal talking about private jet usage, like that's a problem. And here's the deal. Competition makes everything better. So I think it will make the PGA Tour more robust. I think that you could eventually see some sort of, I think it'd be fun to have some sort of agreement. Hey, we got a race off pit road here.
Burned on that.
Yeah.
Was just getting ready to say, look at this.
Ross.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, at least Truex let him go. Or, yeah, he did. Logano, Hamlin.
Almirola, baby. Almirola, top 10. Let's go.
Dude, Almirola was great in practice. That was whose call was that? That was a great call.
That was when we were on early on that in the week. We got it plus 300. It was like the only top 10 when the market just looked awful for top 10s. That was like the one we liked.
That's so funny because I've never bet Eric Almirola top 10 on a Wednesday. I never even thought about it. Like, that's just never crossed my mind. Like, the amount of research you guys do is like incredible. Because I mean, it was a great bet. But here's the thing: like, Almirola could have unloaded and looked terrible. Fortunately, he looked really good. And now you're standing here, you know, looking great. That was a hell of a bet. He was really good in practice. But I just never. It's like, just, you know, if you follow like openers in college football or NFL, like the limits are so small early in the week. It's like, do I want to decimate the market or jeopardize losing an account to max bet 3 or 4 accounts? You know, it's better for me to wait and try to get down, especially when I lose. Like, losing, it seems like I lose accounts in the same week. And so it's like, oh man, now I got to worry about betting the race week in and week out, and that gets hard. So
down in Arizona, Betfred Sportsbook offered.
Yeah, I gotta hop on. Do they have live? I'll deposit right now.
See, so deposit now.
I don't think they have live.
I'm gonna do a hat and a shirt regardless, as an appreciation for coming on.
Also, looks like we have a good friend of Phil and Phil and Rory's here taking some victory laps baby? Here with Phil.
Ride or die. His ride or die picks have been fire lately. Follow him on Twitter, and he's a fellow Phillies fan. So.
There we go. There we go. Derek, why don't you take this opportunity to maybe tell us a little bit about Fred Sports and kind of what they do as you're kind of talking through this with Chris, who's thinking about getting in on that over there.
Well, like I said,
they're gonna love me.
They're gonna love Chris. Yeah, we're getting Chris signed up. So Betfred's available in Colorado, Arizona, and Iowa. Anybody that's available in those states living right now, deposit today. You get a bonus, and I'll shoot you that promo. So they're going to be in a number of different states here in the next couple months. I know like Ohio is one big one that's on a lot of the different markets. So there's a couple more coming. I know they're going to be in Virginia, PA officially as well. So yeah. So as we get ready for this stage 3, any final thoughts? Maybe what you're thinking real quick, or maybe what we should be looking for is, you know, trying to handicap this. We had good discussions about Hamlin, so I feel like we're all in sync there.
I think if I had to just kind of look at this race, it looks like it kind of has a green flag feel. And we got 97 to go. That's one green flag stop. I think track position means more than anything at this point. You have to keep it at all costs. I don't know that anything over, 10 laps or 15 laps, you'll see everybody pit and take tires, because I don't think that 15 lap tires will matter. So I think that, like, right now, without, a nuke going off and there just being a massive wreck, it looks like Logano, Blaney, Hamlin, Chastain kind of have this thing. I don't think Eric Almirola is going to drive past those guys. I could be wrong, though.
You never know. You never know.
And then I think just the outside shots for guys that aren't in the playoffs. I mean, Kevin Harvick hasn't really made a pass that's not on a restart. I don't think he's really run anybody down. The only guys that have consistently made passes, I think, are the 19 and the 18. They've been able to work back up through the field. Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. There's not a whole lot. I'm kind of pulling for Hamlin since I have him live now for Crum, but Chastain's going to race him really hard right here and pass him. That's okay. I have him too. See, this is a little aggressive, Ross. Jeez.
I know.
Okay.
Well, these two have a little bit of a history.
Okay.
I have both of them top 5, Worm. We're getting a little too carried away here.
Oh boy.
Wow.
And not to mention, we have Worm on this week on the Laying Coin pod. So
oh wow,
this is going to be an awesome week.
Oh, nice. For Homestead.
Can I get a confirmation?
Yeah, I'm
Let's
on.
go,
I'm in.
baby.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
in.
go.
That's my favorite track to bet too.
Look at that.
Worm's definitely on. We just gotta wing Todd over there now.
Todd will come on.
Yeah, we got him.
He'll try to come on. He was at that Tennessee Alabama game yesterday.
Oh wow,
Rocky
that was a good
Top,
game.
you'll always be home sweet home to me. I love Rocky Top. I just gotta say that.
I was gonna join you with the next song.
For Lane Coin this week. You got to make that the intro for Lane Coin.
Should it be Rocky Top? All right,
gotta make that the
right.
intro.
It is Rocky Top. Yeah, that's confirmed.
We always usually do. We end up pretty good though when we lose early in the year.
Breaking news.
Dude, how good is Logano today?
Yeah,
Really
very
good.
good.
Dude, really good.
Breaking news, what, Mark?
I was just gonna say, if anyone listening is going to Homestead, I will be there next weekend. I will be on the grid and in the garage for the truck and Xfinity race, and I will be in the stands for the Cup race. So if anyone wants to drink beer, I'm going to the Xfinity race. I'll be by myself because everyone I'm going with
on
is
assignment.
So if anyone wants to drink some cold beers, message
Bush
me on
Light.
Twitter. Yes,
I like
Bush
it.
Light.
That's
Bush
awesome.
Light.
There you go.
Good deal.
Look at the playoff standings right now. We talked about how Chase, has kind of just been penciled into the championship, but he's plus 14 right now. Going into the 2 races, that's not quite a cushion that you'd expect. Like, where is he on the track? Like
20th, I think.
17.
He lost 20 plus points. In the
How about
Like, hey,
Hamlin
Chase.
how about Hamlin being P4 and still 10 points out? I guess he's P5.
That's
11
also
points
crazy
out.
too. And how about
That's
Harvick
wild.
blowing right by him?
Yeah. Yeah, blowing right by him.
Jeez.
Harvick's trying to get by him to hit me that 1-2-3 finish for Ford. That would be
Oh,
quite
yeah.
tough,
That'd be great.
Wow.
baby.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what I just
Fastest lap on
heard.
the track.
I heard Childers come over the radio and say, "Hey, full tank has that 1-2-3 finish. So go ahead and pass the 11 here. That'd be great."
Yeah.
That's
Well, if Childers is calling out my Twitter handle, that's my life's complete.
We'll get him
Yeah.
on the show. I have confidence in that. All right, so Chris, we appreciate it very much. I know.
Cheers, Chris.
Yeah. Hey,
What'd you say, Rory?
I won't do
Hey,
this. So.
I said, let's do this to having Rodney on the show, but also can't wait for this week, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that'd be
We're
fun.
gonna
It'd be a
have
good time. Hey, is anyone coming out to Phoenix? I know that Derek might be.
I am.
But
I can't.
yeah, come on out.
Oh,
I'm trying to do the pre-race pull at the track, like
That'd
the
be
trackside live. I think that'd be kind of fun to do. But all right, yeah, I'm gonna get back to maybe live betting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank
not
you,
a
Chris.
whole lot
We
of-
appreciate
Hey,
you,
Chris,
man.
throw
Chad
him in the
Stain's coming
comments.
to life.
Throw him in the comments when you bet him.
What's also I did see that SC said I should sponsor Dale Tanhart's hair. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe Atlas will get out there and sponsor him. Yeah, there it is right there.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, you look
Mark will
great.
be ready for February.
You can sponsor my beard.
Okay. Rory's beard. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Mark's hat head, Rory's beard, and Tanhart's mullet.
There you go.
Like the trifecta of just
That's a haircut you could set your watch to right there.
Yeah, that is a classy crew for a high-end men's brand. So
Absolutely. It'll sell. It'll sell.
all right, boys.
Hey,
Thanks,
guys have
Chris.
fun.
we appreciate
Thanks for
it,
having
Chris.
me.
Big Worm,
Yeah, man.
everyone. Take care, Worm. All right. All right, Derek, why don't you update everyone? Just kind of let them know what's going on in the race right now.
Yeah.
Who's where, just for those who aren't tuning in live to the race and just kind of making us part of their Sunday.
Yeah, so right now we have 86 to go. Logano, Penske teammates Logano and Blaney are first and second. Chastain is in third. Harvick, Hamlin, Byron round out the top 6. Then it's Cindric, Kyle Busch, who spun out earlier, was a lap down. Got back on the lead lap. He's been just climbing up through the leaderboard, is 8th. And then Al Mirola, who Seth called out, and Martin Truex is in 10th, now 9th. And now they are door to door. So those are your top 10. And what a cool conversation having Chris on with the Stay Green podcast, Bet the Board production with Todd Furman. And, all the work that he's doing with NASCAR and what NASCAR is doing with them to promote gambling on the sport. So good conversation there. 84 to go, guys. I think a number of us are on Hamlin. Anybody on Logano? I know Phil kind of touched on him a little bit. Yeah, you're on them, right?
I'm feeling pretty happy right now. The live bets that I threw in aren't as significant as the ones I placed pre-race,
Sure.
but I have Logano. As far as outrights total, I have Logano, Blaney, Chastain, and then I got in on Hamlin with you boys. So I'm happy with the way things are right now. And I have Logano and Blaney in a parlay.
Yeah. Come on, Blaney.
Logano and Blaney in a parlay. Awesome.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm feeling pretty good right now. But this is usually how things go for me, where I feel good with like 80 to go, and then everything falls apart. So that's just the Philly sports fan in me. But
that's right.
Anyway,
at least you're in a position to like have things go south, because like being a Jags fan, it's always south. There's no north.
You're celebrating red zone visits.
Honestly, I was a little upset when you said that, but honestly, you have a point.
Well, hey, I'm this is like as top of the world as a Philadelphia sports fan could be right now. Like,
Flyers haven't started playing.
What do you
the
think
Flyers
about
are
tonight?
2-0, and they are supposed to suck. And
what do you think about tonight?
Tonight, I think the Eagles are going. It's not going to be a pretty win. I think if the Eagles are smart, they counter the Miles or Micah Parsons like rushing on the edge type stuff, getting around to give the ball to Miles. Give the ball to Miles Sanders. Let Miles run the ball up the gut. And the Eagles overall are going to have to throw the ball down the field if they want to continue having success, which they have not proven that they do very well. So I think it's by far the best defense that they've faced. So it's, a lot of us who are Eagles fans are still like, we want to believe in Jalen Hurts, but we're cautiously optimistic. So this is going to be a big game. Like, can he actually step up and be a quarterback instead of he seems like he's more of a product of the system right now, and he's not like, he's a leader, everyone loves him in the locker room, all the intangibles, but I need to see him like, they went out and they put together a hell of a receiving core. We need to use them. So that's why, I think it's going to be kind of an ugly game maybe, but I think the Eagles can squeak it out, because I don't want to comment on Dallas. So there's that. So we'll see. It'll be a good game.
Got a little bit of a battle for the lead right now, guys. Blaney's pushing Logano.
I was about to say that we saw early in the race Blaney get up to Byron's back bumper, and it took him probably 10 or 12 laps to make the pass. Blaney has gotten to Logano's door. Has not been able to make the pass. I'm a little bit behind y'all, so I don't know what they're showing here, but I don't necessarily know if it's a dirty air. We'll see what the comments are after the race, but I'm not so sure that these guys just aren't running very similar lap times, because Highline Betting just put out stage 2 green flag speed, and first through like 16th is within 0.3 of a second average lap time. So I think these cars are literally just running the exact same speed, and that is probably why it's difficult to pass. But we'll see. At the end of stage 1, I had Logano, and I thought for sure he was going to get around Bubba with those fresher tires and just having the faster car. But we had the caution, but he really never made any noise. So, I don't have Logano outright right now. I'm going to stick with Blaney. We'll see how long it takes him to get around him, but we'll see what actually it's probably going to come down to these green flag pit stops, right? Whoever can jump who.
Yep.
So pretty interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say too, because
go ahead, Ian.
Because no, you're good. Because Hamlin was he was a guy that took 2 to really jump track position in stage 2, I believe, right? And he managed to stay up in the top 5 for a lot of that stage. So it didn't seem like maybe there's as much tire fall off, at least with 4 versus 2, as we maybe expected. So, I mean, if you're like sitting in 5th through 9th right now, like that's got to be at the top of your mind, is like, what do we do here to make up this, this 5 or 6 second deficit? Because it doesn't seem like it's a high caution race, like Wormy said. And like these, like SKYBOX, this last like green flag stop might be the best chance you have to really gain some position.
And who comes first too? Like who's going to be the one?
Well,
that
we
comes
saw
first, 'cause we saw that with Suarez.
Yeah, we saw Suarez, jump him by about 4 laps on that in the first stage, and it worked out for him for a while, and then Bubba passed him. But I think that 4 laps shows you that you can gain a second and a half. I think that's what Goodyear said, approximately a second and a half of green flag speed time. So these green flag, I'm going to be looking. Yeah. I'm going to be looking at these guys that pit early to cycle to the front. We'll see if they can hang on, because
green flag.
we haven't seen Blaney even get a chance to pass Logano here. So
we got a caution now, so that changes the strategy game.
Yeah, might as well not even worry about that.
Damn, that would listen. We were just talking about all that. That would have been very interesting for live bets on what happened on that pit stop, because there's a lot of obviously we can't. It's irrelevant now, but that would have been really fun to look at. But.
So yeah, right before that caution, like the odds kind of changed. They shifted a lot. Blaney and Logano were co-favorites at plus 300. They came down quite a bit. Yeah, it was down quite a bit. Chastain and Harvick then plus 750. So a lot of shift at the top.
Tire issue? Looks like a left rear. Sorry, Seth.
No, you're good. You're good. So I mean,
that might just be a Rick Ware car.
Or yes.
This is a Rick Ware car. Nothing to worry about here.
Go ahead, Seth. Sorry.
No, that's pretty much it. Like the odds are shifting. Odds are getting lower for everyone but Eric Almirola, guys. I'm just gonna say it right now.
What's he at?
Before that caution, 60-1 still. So I'm just saying, like I'm not.
All right. So when we do have, like, going back to green flag conditions, it's easy to look at it and say this after the fact, but when you have guys that are co-favorites like that at 3-1, that opens the door for some of these guys, like Seth was saying, 5th through 9th, maybe into 12, 13, 14. If you are going to take a flyer, that's at the point in the race where you do that, and then you hope for a caution, just like I think it was J.J. Yaley just spun, because those co-favorites at 3-1 they make the odds way longer on the back end. So that would have been obviously a perfect scenario to bet the longer odds and hope for a caution like that.
Yeah, I want to bring up this comment here from Highline Betting. What's up, dude? Hope you're having a great Sunday. Appreciate you joining us today. He says, interesting, Ryan Blaney, quote, not sure what to tell you to help me on speed and get out in front of this mother effer and drive away. So Blaney's ready to go. Like, if you've been following the back road here at IBT the last couple months, like I've been tailing Blaney at least the whole month of September, taking the outright every week. And, it's been pie on the face ever since, but is this the week, boys? And now he gets a fresh restart. Derek, how are you feeling about Ryan Blaney as we kind of hop in here? Highline Betting, puts out that quote that Blaney's ready to go. He's ready to get this W here and head into the Final Four for him.
Well, I mean, clean air is king. And one thing I saw Chris say, this is just outside the fuel window as well. We were just talking about tires. These pit stops are everything. These guys got to get off pit road. Clean air, like I said, is king here. Penske's obviously kind of coming to the front with those first two. But I'm telling you guys, Denny Hamlin right there, not trying to spoil the Penske parade that we're talking about here. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see this power.
Chastain.
Wow.
Chastain off first.
The race off pit road was wild.
Yeah. Put my boy Watermelon Boy out front.
Let's go.
Do his thing. Let's go.
What happened to Joey? Something
Eric
happened.
Almirola, baby, +5 once again. That pit crew for the number 10 team came to play
Seriously,
today.
The
really
10 crew
Interesting.
is rolling.
10's coming.
Let's
10's
go.
coming alive.
Let's
But
go.
like you were saying, Seth,
60-1, 60-1.
With Highline, and I know I've called him out a few times on Twitter. Definitely an account everybody should be following in some of the stuff that he's producing. Mark can attest to that. So, Ryan Blaney, I mean, you guys got to get these guys out front. But it'd be interesting to see what happens when you have guys back in traffic now. Just a little bit.
Restart.
Is it
Big, huge
Almirola
restart.
season, boys? Is it
Stay
Almirola
green.
season?
I want to.
What happened to the 22? They
-8.
spots lost.
-8 on third.
Yeah, something happened on.
What
on
happened?
They need to show us when they come back.
Where'd Chastain come in at? Third, fourth?
He was third.
Out first.
Green
Third,
flag.
I think.
No, he came in third.
22 weighted on fuel from Highline.
Gotcha.
So speaking of Highline,
Shit.
so Derek has thrown his name around to us, and go check out his stuff. And I really hadn't looked at it until last week. And this week I was peppering him with a ton of questions, and he provided me with so much info that I had not yet seen before on Twitter and any of the gambling stuff. Xfinity lap by lap practice. I don't know if you're getting that anywhere. That's just one example, but he also has been tweeting out average green flag speeds, stage 1 overall and stage 2. And that's where I got that little tidbit. So shout out Highline Betting, man. I don't know where you're getting all this stuff, but you are
that's a great
genius.
I need to
with
find
Excel.
that. That's great information.
Yeah, this is incredible stuff.
And Highline threw out there earlier. We never touched on it. We were talking about something else, but in stage 2, Highline had thrown in the chat that Blaney was complaining about something chattering in his tire.
Right.
And obviously we can't listen to the race, but I'm just wondering if anything ever came of that. Did they ever comment after they changed the tire out? I was wondering if they if we had any info about what that was, or if that was touched on at all, because that would be big if this does stay green. That would be something to look for if it continues later in the run.
So I just saw that Harvick had to go back down pit road, but here we go. We got like 80 laps or so to go. I wish I had the fuel numbers in front of me.
I think I saw 60 to 65.
Yeah, that's what I saw. 63.
Okay, so
Just
wow, so
outside.
there's 69 to go, 63 the potential.
Oh,
69?
well, yeah, here comes Reddick too. Yeah, okay.
All right.
They might be
Rory
trying
picks.
it.
Nice.
All right, 69 laps to go. Let's go.
Rory, how are you
Hey,
feeling, man?
I think these guys are actually coming down to top off.
I'm pretty comfortable
Okay.
right now. I think Ross Chastain out in clean air sounds good to me.
All right. Rory, how are the lattes hitting? What's the latte count out for today? We still got about, Derek said 80, 90 laps left. How are you feeling?
Where's Ty Gibbs running? Where is he?
They just showed him. They just had a helmet cam or something. Or
Shit, he's like he's in 11th place. I think I'm gonna win this bet. Wormy was wrong. I've had a lot more lattes than spots lost by Ty Gibbs today.
You have more lattes than a JJ Yeley led lap. He's done. So.
Yeah.
What are we gonna get the sports books to add this?
We might be able to if we can.
All lattes.
Maybe if we can get a beer sponsorship and a NASCAR sponsorship all in one. Phil, are you going to the Eagles game or not?
So no, which probably is best for my body.
Okay, long term.
We split the tickets with my sister, and she originally had Dallas, and then was kind of wavering, and that's when I was like, let me get in on that. But she ended up taking them back, so not going this week.
So here we go, boys. I know a couple of you might be a little bit ahead of us. Those that are listening in the chat, they just got the restart. They're going into turn 2, heading on the backstretch now. Rory, I'd be interested to hear what you'd be like as a commentator, talking us through a lap at some point. But I'm seeing a lot of 3 wide, couple diving 3, 4 wide. Guys
Eric Jones,
back,
baby.
So.
Come on now.
EJ, there you are.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh no.
What a move.
I'm behind.
Let's go.
Sorry, I can't help it.
Oh, Byron! Oh,
it's exciting.
That's what we were woeing. The Byron. Getting
I'm
squirrely.
still behind.
Oh my, Kyle Busch.
Amarola's looking feisty out there.
No. Oh my God, that was close.
So he got squirrely. I don't think that was a block
Oh my
attempt. I think he
God.
got
Almirola.
I kind of like where Chastain's running.
60 to 1, baby.
Come on, dude.
That's his brother-in-law right there.
Yeah, what the hell,
baby.
man? Give me a break. Now,
double A up there.
dude, that
Whoa.
did look like his tire was blowing.
What a
I know I'm
save.
behind you. I'm just now seeing
Blaney
the
is
replay.
gonna be pissed.
Yeah, sorry. Frick me.
You can say fuck, it's okay.
I can't believe Blaney didn't get up into the wall. That's crazy. Oh, and here we go with Byron, of course, didn't have it.
There's Hamlin in third. Let's go.
All right.
Eric Almirola,
We got
baby.
we nailed the live bet.
Come on.
So respectfully speaking, Seth, I know you got a huge ticket on Almirola, right? You're on him outright, correct?
I took him outright right before that last.
Hell yeah!
We got.
Let's go, dude.
It's only about a half a unit, so it's not a lot.
I gotta
honestly.
turn my head around for Seth.
I appreciate that, boys.
We got all kinds of action going on.
Come on, all hats backwards. Phil, come on. Ian, find a hat.
We're the hats backwards show live stream.
Are we all
There we are.
Here? Like,
There we go, baby. Let's go.
Well, I'm pulling
also
for
got
Hamlin.
Blaney,
I was
we got
being
Hamlin.
respectful.
My wife
only have
always
Hamlin.
tells me how sexy I look with
Here
my
it
hat
goes,
backwards.
baby. Come on now.
All right, so let's see. So where
Easy, hold on,
did Logano restart, and where is he at
Ninth,
now?
I
See, in
think.
sixth, ninth
I
to
think he-
sixth.
At 8th or 9th.
Byron back. Okay, so we know King Air or Clean Air is king.
Kyle Busch
and
is coming.
He's stretching it out pretty good.
All right, this is my prediction right here. Hamlin jumps Almirola. Sorry, Seth. Runs
Kyle's
down
coming.
Chastain. Blaney and Hamlin duke it out at the end. That's my prediction.
Blaney's got
to
to
get
get
going.
going.
Ross
He's dropping.
Chastain's been in first.
Hamlin
SKYBOX.
wins.
We're not even going to talk about Hamlin or Ross Chastain out in front.
No.
Hmm.
No. That
You
I
don't trust
got to make a
Ross?
bold prediction. That's my one. I know Rory's saying about 15 other things, but that's my one prediction.
Okay,
Hamlin and Blaney duke it out.
that's believable.
So here's a tweet. I want to
There
say a
goes
tweet
Blaney.
from Brian
They got to
Murphy,
catch watermelon, boy.
who's a friend of the show to many of us. Brian Murphy of Stewart House Racing. He said, "We've spent years making the teams spend money changing and evolving with the package and the car. It might be time for the tracks to hold up their end of the bargain."
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, it's a fiery comment from
Wow.
from
got
my
something-
co-host coming up in the off season.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Dropping a little
Dropping all kinds of news
Little-
here.
little
nugget there.
something season, Derek. You can't just fill us in half filled right there, man.
Brian and I are doing a podcast called All Things Go.
oh,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
we got
I like
Oh,
it.
let's go, Derek.
Hell yeah.
Go,
Let's
Derek.
go.
Right, congrats, boys.
Wait,
So
hold
we're
on.
drink to that. We're drink to that.
Congrats. That's a little breaking news. Big J journalism over here at IBT
Let's
today.
go,
Big
dude.
J.
Love it. Y'all gonna have
Blaney's
me
on the move, baby.
Blaney is on the move.
You gonna have me on, Derek?
I'll have you on right after I have Rodney on.
I'll come on with Rodney.
Derek,
I'll have
if you have do a podcast, which it sounds like you are, with Rodney
I am.
Childers.
Oh.
Well, more Big J journalism.
I will be
Ooh.
very upset
It's a
if
big
we
move.
cannot work out a little deal with Rory and also my crew chief buddy over there.
No, I have pitched. I mean,
Shit, I'll drive down there and do it live at Stewart Haas Racing.
He's like, oh yeah, I'll do
Listen,
it.
Could you imagine
Bring it
them
here, baby.
My arm, I'll do it.
locking the doors and hiding under desks when we're walking up like
Collaboration-
oh, shit's actually here. Pretend we're
It'll
not home.
happen. The collaboration will happen with Rory and Rodney. I told Rodney at Richmond when I saw him on pit road, I was like, Rory, who's the crew chief of our show, and went through the whole thing. I said, Brian. And so Rodney gave Rory a little shout out there when I was on. And then Harvick went and win the race.
Oh.
Good luck, Rory.
Good juju,
Yeah.
baby. Rory's good juju.
Good
to-
juju.
Yeah, I think Rodney's in the competition with my Southern draw versus his.
Let's go. Wormy nose.
Damn it,
Wormy
man.
nose, baby.
I was waiting to see. I guess
What
are they
happened
done?
to
Damn it.
No
Hamlin?
live lines anymore. Okay, here we go. They're back. Almirola
What
is
happened to
still
Hamlin?
60-1.
Take him. like he's still 60-1 for you.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
DraftKings.
I've got 8 to 1.
DraftKings.
Yeah, that's low value.
I mean, that's worth
I'm
it. That's
looking
worth
for
a
this.
little sprinkle, right? I mean, I can't tell if
60?
he's
You got him at 60?
Yeah.
No, I think the odds changed a
Dog,
little
I
bit.
had 9 to 1 on my local.
Yeah, I've got 8.
I might double
20.
down with Laney or grab Logano 7 to 1.
What happened to Hamlin?
Well, the last thing I saw is he got passed by Eric Jones.
I think those odds
Okay.
shrunk a little bit, Phil, here on DraftKings. I think he's down to 20-1.
15 now.
Oh yeah, he's 20 to 1 right now. Shit. Got lucky there. Now he's 12 to 1.
Just dropped.
Should we
Yeah.
go? You guys gonna ride with me?
I'm in, baby.
I
Let's go.
already.
I need to
can't do
find
it.
a good number.
It's Almirola
Yeah,
season, baby.
I want to see the when they put up the graphic for the list of running order. I want to see his distance. He was a second and a half back when they went to commercial.
Yeah, he's standing around 1.4 right now.
Okay.
10.
He's kind of
10
settled
to
at
1.
1.4.
And Chris
You got
Chris
Mark
in
with
the chat
Mississippi.
saying he's saving. Sorry, go ahead.
Who?
Mark with
Ross
Mississippi. He's either riding with us, either wants to come on the podcast, or he's either riding with us, Eric Almirola live here. I'm not sure which here.
I've said that Mark and Rory on a podcast needs to happen at some point.
He's coming on ours one day.
You know, there's only a couple of weeks left. You guys extending in the off season.
Who said we're not going on through with
That's
all
true.
season entertainment? Who?
That's true.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Breakdown of your
Yeah,
Thanksgiving
right.
weekends.
Mark, didn't I tell you? If you
What?
heard the podcast last week, it said I have surprises. I'm just not dropping them right now. And he was
Listen,
like,
I
"Oh,
will say this: Rory and his ability to get guests on the show is like no other. And I just ask him, I'm like, "Who we got on this week? Oh, we got so and so. Sounds good. I'm in." And then he drops
he's
the
the-
bomb. And then he drops the, "Hey, we're gonna have Worm and maybe Todd Furman on."
Great.
Okay. Sounds
So-
good,
well,
Rory.
you know, I mean, you gotta have Todd Furman on shit."
But yeah, you just let me know podcasts for Martinsville and the guests, and we'll figure it out.
So real quick, as they're showing the Xfinity stuff, I know this is a Cup Series race, but Barry obviously clinched his spot into the championship at Phoenix. We got Gregson, Gibbs, Allgaier. Anybody 5 through 8 there make it? Hill, Allmendinger, Jones.
Mayor makes it.
I
Mayor
think
makes it. Mayor's
Allmendinger-
winning Martinsville.
No, Allmendinger's winning Martinsville and punching his ticket. Calling it now.
Interesting.
Allmendinger.
You guys need to debate that on the Martinsville episode. I would gladly
Yes.
listen
Rory,
to that
remember,
back
don't
and
forget,
forth.
dude. Like you forgot last week. Don't forget this week. Next week.
I'm
2
not
weeks.
forgetting
There it
this.
is.
I'm never forgetting this.
Man.
Oh boy,
Please
Highline
excuse
said
me. I
he's
gotta use the restroom.
Blaney is 4 laps short on fuel, according to Highline in the comment there. Interesting.
So I was
What
going to
if
ask that. Like,
Hamlin's
Logano's
saving?
trying to make it all the way. Like, Logano's probably the safest one, right? Like, his 8 spots he gave up is
Well,
basically
let's
just
think.
to,
I would say Reddick. I
ensure
mean,
he
Reddick
makes-
came. Who's the first car that came down? I don't mean to interrupt you, Ian, but who's the first car that came back down? We saw Reddick.
Harvick.
I know
but
Martin
I don't
Truex
think,
was.
I don't think
Truex,
Harvick
yeah.
was for fuel, right? Didn't he have an issue? Or no?
Yes. I think so. I don't
Chris
know.
is saying that the one's trying to save fuel. Highline's here back in saying Ryan Blaney tells team he doesn't think he'll have enough to save.
Logano.
Team asks him to try. I don't know, guys.
you
I'm
just need a
sweating it out right
caution.
now.
The
I'm sweating
caution
it out.
gets rid of all those problems.
It's
But-
probably happening. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen a poster out there that was floating around the inside out there. It said, "Please NASCAR throw caution." It's going to be on the track here shortly.
Still a lot of racing to
Get
go,
some
though.
signposts out there. What's the signpost at?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all right with a caution or whatever. It don't matter.
Chastain's got to be saving quite a bit because Almirola's under a second now.
I think he's out of it a little bit right now.
I was listening to y'all while I was in the restroom, and I just took Reddick and Harvick at 18-1, hoping that them coming back down to top off helps. But I think 4 laps under green that Blaney's short does not equal Reddick and Harvick being able to make it coming down 1 lap under caution later. Just saying that. I think everyone's going to have to pit. However, I did just lay some coin on Harvick and Reddick both at 18-1.
Ooh,
brand.
Okay.
For the brand.
There's still that. I think there's still that Reddick matchup as well out there that we kind of talked about with Worm a little bit not too long
with
ago.
Byron, yeah.
That might be an interesting look for you as well, Skybox.
They're battling right now.
It's back to -110 on Reddick.
I like the Reddick side.
Yeah, same.
I might fire.
Well, Reddick's ahead of Byron now. So.
We got Worm in the chat saying that's the smartest thing Mark has ever said.
Look at you getting some love from Chris.
Thank
Mark.
you,
That's
Chris.
big
I think
news,
that's the
man.
first compliment I've gotten,
There we
Chris.
go. There we go, Mark.
There we go, Mark.
Yay,
Let's go. Thanks, Chris.
They're rekindling for this week. Okay, here we go.
We got Highline back in the chat saying TV said 1 is 1 or 2 short, baby. Eric Almirola.
That's closer than 4.
No, we don't want to hear that.
That's a lot
sweating
closer
out
than
right
4.
now, boys.
It'll be a caution.
Why do you think
before the end
Almirola
of this
isn't
race.
short? He's going to be short too, right?
I don't know, man.
I don't know, but Chastain picked his pace back up like he has enough fuel right now. He's starting to gap him a little bit more now, like he saved some. Good to go.
Good point there. Good point there, Rory. We're seeing him jump back out in front a little bit, over a second, I think, right now.
1.2.
Ryan Blaney, come on, kid.
Sorry.
Okay, so
I
for
also
anybody
got Blaney
listening,
in the outright, so I'm all right with that as well, Rory. I'm okay. I mean, Almirola would be a better payday, but I'm okay with either.
so let's see. So for anybody listening in the chat that's not able to catch the race live, whether you're at work or whatever, Chastain, Blaney, Logano, top 3. Almirola, who we're talking about a good bit right now, is in 4th. Busch is in 5th. Kyle Busch, and then 6th through 10th goes like this: Hamlin, Jones, Briscoe, where have you been all day? Reddick and Byron. And then the last, since they last pitted, only Tyler Reddick, who is in 9th, pitted. Has 2 laps on him.
Sorry, Mark.
Looks like we have Mark and Mississippi in the chat too. He's saying, "I just can't believe
Boys,
that."
You're gonna want to watch this.
Oh my gosh.
That's a right rear. Uh-oh.
So
I said tires were going to be a factor, Chris Wormy.
No.
So for anyone who's listening to us,
no.
Ryan Blaney is now.
I still haven't got to it yet.
Cooked. Oh, sorry, Seth.
That's because
yeah.
Sydney dropped in on the show.
Yeah, how did you know? She did. She came and got my cup to make a. Oh.
Yeah, she was in here. Yeah.
What happens to Ryan Blaney right there, guys? Just a tire going down?
Right rear.
Looks,
right rear.
Yeah,
pretty much. Kind of like
he was so fat. He just took over second, right?
He just can't catch a break, man. And shout out Rye. Rye always fades Blaney.
All right. Hey, wait, hold on. Go back. Hey, Seth, pull up that Highline Betting 2 tires wins this. This is big here.
Yeah.
Because I know that Highline Betting was looking at Hamlin's lap times when he had the 2 tires and whoever can get out in front here. So, do we have enough laps left to be able to get in a live bet on a 2-tire guy? I think this is a big deal.
As we all get our phones out.
Yeah.
I think Ross Chastain's going to beat everybody off the pit road and sail off in the distance.
Tell you what, that one car's been fast off pit road today.
Yes.
It's a fire hat. All right, so Sydney just brought me a new present hat and a new cocktail. Should I have her come say hey?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Sydney!
Come on, Sid. Sid the kid.
She's wearing a NASCAR shirt too.
I didn't know
Let's
it was
go.
on camera.
Yes, let's go. Oh,
Shout
Dale
out.
Earnhardt Wheaties. There you go.
Oh, yes.
Round of applause
This is
for Sydney.
SKYBOX. There we go.
That's my girlfriend. She got me a cool new hat and brought me a cocktail.
Haley
Ryan
beat
Blaney's out.
everybody. Haley. And Kyle Busch has a flat tire.
So Haley had 2 tire stops, along with Ty Dillon 2 tire stop. Everyone else went 4 tires. It looks like for the most part.
Justin Haley, what a move!
He's the man. I love that.
Is anyone
that
willing
kid.
to? Anyone getting a live line on him right now? Seeing what he's at.
I don't love him that much.
Wow.
Bush
Guys,
just
I gotta be
lost.
honest with you. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not convinced that Justin Haley is going to have the speed.
Oh.
I'm looking for like a top dog to take 2.
Y'all just wait for
You
it.
gotta
It's
see
coming
this
up.
one. This is
Kyle Busch.
yeah.
Yes.
That's going to suck for the
Oh,
What
loose
happened?
tire for the.
Oh, it's
He
is it
loses
off-
his tire.
Is it off the lug?
Yeah.
Oh, my boy.
There you go, Derek.
Okay.
Derek's a happy camper right
Big
now.
perm. Big perm.
What's his crew chief's name? Ben Stevens or Ben? Is it whatever his name is? See you later. We'll be seeing you in a 4 week. Oh wait, our suspensions that happen now to the end of the race, they're gone till next year, right?
That's a good question.
Well, there's Vegas, Homestead, Martinsville, Phoenix.
Yeah,
they're
it
gone.
carries over till next year.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
pretty
gone.
Sure. I'm
Wow.
pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan Blaney has a tire issue in practice at the very end, and then has another one. Here we go.
I'm sick for Blaney.
Yeah,
I
I'm
really
sick
am.
for
Like,
my gambling account.
that
What
too,
happened to
yeah.
Hamlin? I hate asking that question the last like 10 minutes. I've asked
I
it
don't
way
know.
too
I
much.
just seen where he's in 11th, right?
He's in
I'm
11.
looking it up.
Yeah.
No, Grayson's
Like,
sitting
come
at
on.
11th too. That's pretty interesting.
It's always
That's
something
cool.
with that guy.
I'll take a little Noah Gregson top 10. Come on, man.
Yo, I also want to give a quick shout out just to our guy Mark in Mississippi here. I think he's trucking right now, or he's driving somewhere, and he's saying, "I just can't believe I kept this signal from Pensacola to New Orleans." So the fact
Love
that
that.
this guy is making
Love
our-
That's my
Thank you,
guy.
Mark.
Shout
That's
out,
my
Mark.
guy right
Shout out,
there.
Mark. We appreciate
That's
you,
my
man.
guy.
Thanks for tuning in today, man. We appreciate everyone tuning in over
Moonshot.
on the IBT Media YouTube channel, man. It's been a blast. Hope you guys, if you guys like NASCAR gambling
Or
content,
shit show.
Hold on, Rory. Hold on, Rory.
make sure you guys are checking out. Derek has a weekly NASCAR gambling preview show over on Twitter Spaces, so make sure you're following him at Picks by Blaze. And we have the Back Road every other week here at IBT Media as well, in addition to some NASCAR fantasy golf information. So make sure you guys are plugged in with us as we continue to move throughout the rest of this race. It's going to be wild. The lattes are going down easily as we kind of finishing this thing out. I'm wired right now, guys. I got this. I'm a roll of 60-1. I got him top 10, so I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling good as well, my friends.
There's a lot of stuff going on about Twitter about the chaos. I think I'm with them. I think this is going to turn chaotic. I think this is going to be entertaining moonshot shit show. Here we go. Strap in, boys.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I love so Ross in the comments has Gregson top 10 pre-race. Great job by him. He's got something to cheer
Very
for
good.
here. SC's calling a conspiracy. He's got his conspiracy theory hat on with Gibbs. Love that.
Sydney saying too, while she was on camera, she didn't know about Blaney. She's
of course,
disappointed.
right? Come on, Sid.
I will say this for Mark in Mississippi. There was a segment back on Fox Sports Radio. Mark, a radio is something that we used to listen to, where they called it "Where You At and What You're Hauling." So, Mark in Mississippi, I'm curious what you're hauling today across America for the people. Let us know in the chat.
Worm, I saw your comment there for a second. At this point, I had all my eggs in Blaney's basket, and now I'm hoping for Reddick, Harvick, Hamlin. We'll see about the chaos.
Restarts.
I haven't jinxed anything yet, but we'll see.
Got the restart. Justin Haley looking good.
Chase Briscoe's.
Holy shit! That's one of the wife's picks, Briscoe.
Did Briscoe not pit? Is that what happened there?
I don't know. He didn't come off pit road, so he must have stayed out.
Briscoe did pit.
No, it says he's got 4 on the ticker.
Holy!
Come on, Almirola.
A nice stop.
Oh man.
All right, so what are we doing here, boys? Let's see.
Got a little moonshot coming here as well.
Oh, Eric Jones.
E. Jones.
He's running 8th right
now. I'm riding with my man Chastain, but look at Haley out there. Look at that.
I can't believe it.
These guys who didn't pit or took 2 tires are looking really good. Derek, does that change how you're feeling right now? Are you feeling okay?
About who? About who?
Just all the
guys.
Sorry,
didn't hear your question.
Chastain, Almirola, all the guys who came down pit road. I mean, they haven't really moved up quickly. We're only a couple laps in, but I'm a little worried right now looking at those Almirola shares I have.
The one thing I'm thinking about is how many laps on the tires does the first 2 guys that didn't pit have, compared to obviously those that just pitted. But for Haley to have a guy, like Briscoe behind, now Chastain over time will catch them and pass them, but it's not like it's going to happen, in the next 5 laps. So it's going to be interesting to see. It might be a little longer of a process than we think, and whatever cautions 30. Oh, thanks, Chris. 30 lap left side. So 30 is fairly significant.
It's good insight there.
I'm kind of surprised more guys didn't take 2. No, like didn't we have a race a couple weeks ago where like 2 tires won the race essentially? And I don't know. I was thinking more people would have tried that, but Haley's making it look like it was an obvious choice right now, but we'll see if it holds on.
Man.
How about Reddick here, huh?
Yeah, there was some Reddick noise just before, I think it was stage 2. We were talking about him a little bit. I'm seeing the 99's quick. Reddick coming on the outside is traditional high line.
What's interesting is we heard Goodyear say there'd be a second and a half, approximately, a fall off.
Correct.
Justin Haley taking 2 tires here is looking awfully sporty. And I don't know where the hell Briscoe came from. I think he got 4. I really do think he got 4.
Before we came down pit road, Haley was 100-1 right there too. So I'm sure someone jumped on that, and whoever did, congratulations. It's looking pretty good, but maybe we're counting our chickens too soon.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to hold on here, but my point was from the Goodyear thing. So they're saying the right side tires matter basically everything, because if there was a second and a half of fall off and Justin Haley takes 2 tires and he's what are we 4, 5, 6 laps into this restart, it's pretty sporty.
Sorry.
Rory, what you on about up there?
Invest in the antenna.
We're holding our reaction right now.
Oh no.
Oh no, dude. If it's Reddick, I'm turning off the stream.
It's not Reddick.
Oh, it's Suarez. Oh no. Oh. Okay.
Looks like we got Daniel Suarez spinning out here, guys. For those not
eat the grass? No, he's not gonna eat the grass. He's okay. Oh, is he gonna be stuck? Oh no. Is he stuck? Is he stuck? Will you guys tell me if he's stuck?
It doesn't. It's not on him right now.
Stuck. He's not stuck. He's not stuck.
Oh boy, here we go.
Red Dog.
What did I say? Yeah, what did I say? Blown tires and cautions, and Worm was like, You can't predict everything. The hell I can't.
Derek, what do you think happens to Daniel Suarez right there that gets him tied up in that?
Well, I mean, dirty air. Air is wicked on these things when you get them just kind of side by side, and then they feel like, hey, like Bubba said earlier, like he felt like Larson hit him, but Larson didn't even hit him, really kind of backed off. We've seen it at these 1.5 mile tracks. You get even at some of the shorter tracks, some of these guys just they're, as Chris says a lot, they're just so edgy. They're just on the thin edge. So now my question is this, who has the first 4 tires? I don't know if you guys can hear my daughter Bristol in the background singing.
I think it's Briscoe.
But who has the first set of Briscoe?
I think he got 4.
So,
the ticker said he got 4. I think he got 4. I think he just had a hell of a restart.
But they didn't show him on the ticker coming off of pit road. Like, it was Haley who was up like 1 million spots and Ty Dillon who was up like 16 spots who took 2.
If Briscoe stayed out with no tires and is maintaining P2.
Chris said he has 4. He's saying they did pit, I think. So, I mean, that they just didn't show it on the ticker.
So, interesting comment here from our guy Mark in Mississippi. Derek asked him what is he hauling across the good old USA this weekend? Sam's Club stuff, going to Halma, I'm guessing
Louisiana.
that's Louisiana.
Come on now.
Yeah, Louisiana. We appreciate Mark out there.
We got pit stops. We also have no pit stops. Oh boy, this is.
Let him know, Skybox. What's happening out there?
All right, so the top, call it 8 minus Logano pit. So we got on pit road Logano, Almirola, Dillon, Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Gibbs, Buescher, Chase Elliott. Now we're getting into the 20s. I would say the top 12 or 14 cars on the track stayed out. Maybe more than that. Probably the top 18 stayed out on track, and we're going to have tires coming behind them with 25 to go. I don't think, from what I've seen in this race, that the tires are going to be able to make it back up to the front. We'll see, but I think there's way too many cars that stayed out for these guys with new tires to come back through the field. But as of this point, I'm hoping that it goes green to the end so we can see a little bit of different strategy come to play. So what do you guys think? I'm sitting on Reddick P3. I'm sitting on Harvick P5. I don't have any Chastain. I think Hamlin's P9. Anybody else? I know a couple of you guys are on Chastain. So
yeah, I'm on Chastain. He didn't look too good on that last run.
Yeah.
So Chris just helped me out here. So he sent me the screenshot of that last pit stop before, they just split up there. And when Haley came out first. So Briscoe went in 8th. I didn't realize he was running that well. He went in 8th. I was looking for the big double digits, you know what I mean, for the guys who took 2, but he improved 1 spot to 7th. That's how he came out, and then restarted up there. So good stuff, Chris, getting me that. Surprisingly, I didn't realize he was up there. I mean, that's crazy.
So he must have. He came out and then he had a badass restart, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, looks that way.
So Briscoe, Reddick. Who's in 4th? I can't remember who's in 4th, but then Harvick, Chastain. Okay, so yeah, I think whoever. I mean, we've seen the last couple restarts. We've seen some guys get shuffled, like Blaney and Logano on the one previous to this one. We'll see.
DraftKings pretty much just threw in the towel for live betting.
Yeah, I figured. See that? Okay, so my local book, typically they don't go off of laps; they go off of miles. But typically with like 40, 50, 60 miles to go, they cut off. So on like 1.5 miles, probably 20 to 25, 30 laps left, they'll cut off the live market. Is that typically the same thing with the legal bets?
Yeah, it seems about even there, yeah. So they're showing Briscoe second, Chastain fourth. They were just showing a couple different drivers, and they took it away.
Yeah, I can pull it up. Let me pull it up.
Hamlin,
playoff guys.
yeah, the playoff drivers.
All right. Do we want a running order? I can run a quick.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right. Haley, Briscoe,
Yeah.
Reddick, Chastain,
Yep.
Harvick, Byron, Jones, Truex, Hamlin.
Where's Logano,
Brax.
Mark?
Logano pitted, and now my NASCAR app is going bonkers.
Oh, the TV. Okay, TV has him now. 13.
Okay. Yeah. I'm showing P13, P14 for Logano.
Yeah, 13th right now.
So there was roughly 12 cars that stayed out there.
Yep.
I don't know. That's a lot of cars.
It's a lot of cars.
With a little amount of laps left.
He's gonna need help.
Who's dog?
And it's only a 13 lap difference. I don't think these guys that came to pit road are going to have any chance. I really don't. I mean, we saw what Justin Haley just did, staying out, 2 tires. I mean, he still got the lead. So
we're getting ready to find out.
We got SC in the chat.
Let's go, SC.
Over 12.5 bush lattes about to hit. Gonna be close.
Love that.
It's in the bag.
Oh, Rory is so far ahead of us. I'm just like watching him look at the TV, like knowing that he's at least 30 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah, where are you at, SKYBOX?
Right.
Are they restarting yet?
I just went green. We're going into
turn.
one now.
We're in turn 3 right now.
Yeah, we're in the
stream is
middle
like
of 1 and 2.
Justin
Oh,
Haley
Harvick,
holding his own
baby.
out there.
Oh no!
I don't know who predicted all these cautions. I really don't.
Red dog.
I honestly don't.
Oh, not Reddick. Please tell me not Reddick.
I don't know. I mean,
No, he's
I just
had
get
a
up
shitty
here and
restart.
say a
Yeah.
bunch of
And there
shit.
goes Briscoe. Okay, if this is green, caution. Give me a
There's
break.
Briscoe.
Who was it on? You cable
Landon
TV
Castle.
fellas.
Landon
Listen,
Castle.
you guys. Hey, I honestly, I think for the sake of the stream, y'all should just y'all do your thing. I don't think you need to wait on us. I think for the clips that we're gonna record from this,
I mean,
you
we could
guys
try to
do your
sync up
thing,
now.
dude.
Yeah, I sat
I don't
back
think you
on
need
that
to-
one. I seen it. and I
No,
was like,
don't
oh,
hold
here we
anything
go.
back. Y'all shouldn't hold anything back. If we're gonna get anything, we need like raw emotion. We don't need
There's
wait
something
wait for us bullshit.
that one.
Yep.
That one didn't really give me much emotion. It kind of just was.
That's fair, but I know Rory's a couple lattes in. I know he's going to give us something good. I think you should just have at it, dude.
My question is, how the hell is Landon Castle still in the Cup Series? Like, it has been for.
Lay off my boy Landon Castle. Lay off.
Easy, Seth.
What's
Yeah,
Landon
come on,
Castle
dude.
done
He's a
outside
good
of like
dude, man.
Daytona?
Wait, time
He's a
out.
good dude.
Do you know? Let's go back to our conversation about Harrison Burton and the 21.
How does Landon Castle have sponsored
with Voyager?
Crypto, dude. Voyager, the exchange. I'd actually just bought
Yep.
his Xfinity diecast with the 10 car, and actually Voyager been in the news a little bit, not for the greatest of reasons, but crypto.
Shocker.
Crypto. Yeah. Hey, watch it, Seth. I'm
Good
just
time
saying,
by the dip.
watch it.
Hustle out here.
Did you get the
By the
Star
dip.
Troopers with that too?
I don't know what that
Star
means.
Troopers.
I don't know what that means. For
we got Worm saying Logano, P8.
Okay, P8. Yeah,
We're
moved up
fresh.
4 spots.
yeah.
Worm, you
Wow.
betting him? That's what we want to know. Are you on him live? That's the question here.
He has a point. P8 with 4 freshies. He's the one that pitted. He's got the best shot here for sure.
I think he's going to need one more caution though.
Melon Man, he's going watermelons, boys. So, all right, we got a lot of different things.
Boy, watermelon boy. We just a melon boy.
Oh,
Just a melon boy.
Just a melon boy. Just a melon boy.
Melon boys.
melon.
boys. Can we clip
Bush
that?
watermelon.
Can someone
Bush
clip that?
watermelon coming out next. That'll be the next one.
Hey, there's your intro
Worm,
song, Mark.
Worm, they're not reposting these. Come on. We
They're
know
not.
they're not coming back. out.
Definitely not posting.
Wait, so
that.
why are these guys getting tires? I mean, you're going to be behind all the guys that just pit.
Why not?
Get
Byron.
ballsy.
Why would Byron come down and get tires?
I don't know.
Where was Byron at though?
Well, I'm looking at the replay. He was 4th, 5th. He's probably 8th or 9th.
I don't think I think there's something going on with him. I think his car's kind of got something.
Well,
Briscoe's controlling the restart here.
So Harvick got loose and fucked everything up there. That's what I'm getting from that.
Who would have thought Chase Briscoe was going to be controlling what could be the final restart in this race? Like, insane.
We got a little Noah Gregson in 11th right now. Let's go.
I'm cheering for our boy Ross in the comments. He's got him top 10.
Yes. I'm cheering for Ross as well. Plus 1,400. Let's go.
Allmendinger's 5th right now. Like,
what? Yeah, he is.
Crazy.
Yes.
I just saw that too.
I played him in DFS.
And Truex back to 4th, dude. Where the hell did he come from?
I would love Truex 20-1, that would be sweet. But he hasn't been good on restarts this race.
Truex. Buescher out of nowhere, 12th. My Ricky Stenhouse top 10 bet is dog.
Oh yeah, that
has been dog duty
plus
since
700.
Yeah. Phil, you were on that with me.
I was on that. I mean, it was a shot in the dark. You prefaced that.
It was.
You know,
but
Hail
there
Mary.
were some numbers to back it up.
Part of that was this racetrack breeds some wonky guys in the top 10.
It does.
And it's all about trying to find who the wonky guys are. And Allmendinger and Gregson kind of fit that. So
now Allmendinger had some really good practice speeds, though.
Mm-hmm.
I know he hasn't been in the front all day, but he did have some good speed.
So I know a lot of us are talking about Allmendinger or Eric Almirola and a few other guys, Chastain. But Chris says that if Truex wins, he is going streaking in the desert of Arizona. So
let's go, Chris. I'll do it. I'll wear. I'll wear.
I said I like Truex early in the week, and here we are.
Are you Mark? Are you saying that if Truex wins, you're going streaking to the beach?
I may or may not have a Truex ticket.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm in on Truex too. I would love to see it.
I'm pretty sure Mark has a Truex ticket because him and I both were talking about
my SKYBOX bet of the week was Truex top 5.
Yes.
Not to bring up the subject again of Wallace and Larson, but they just showed the onboard camera of Wallace going down to get Larson. I think that was the first time I've seen that. That looked so much worse.
Whoa, I haven't seen it yet. Oh no!
This is going to be an interesting restart right here.
So I also hold an Eric Jones top 5 ticket.
By the way, Chris, you better have product in here. That's funny. I see.
That's good.
I just want to say for those of y'all that are looking for live ads and you don't have a Truex ticket, I've got a 33-1 right now on Bovada. So
whoa!
If you
for Truex,
yes,
yeah,
33-1. Holy mackerel!
What's the number?
I have him 12-1.
33. I just fired on that too. I've already got him 20
I was
earlier.
just saying, you can fire on it. Yeah,
I would love to see that, but
yeah,
he has not been good on restart. So
my app is showing Truex.
Yeah, I know. It's completely speculative.
Is that true?
He's not. What did you say?
Chastain.
My app is showing Truex 3rd.
NASCAR on the ticker has him.
Yeah, he's 3rd.
Okay, now just changed to 4th. Oh, there. Okay,
we're getting ready to restart here.
Answer what was spoken.
All right, Rory.
I'm limited to hell. I'm
got the restart coming our way, boys.
Come on, Ross.
Oh boy.
What happened to Eric Almirola? Can anyone answer that question? Did he pit again?
He's behind Hamlin, who's stuck in neutral. It feels like.
Come on, Ross! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Yep.
Sorry.
There it is, folks.
No, let it out. That's good.
It's all right. Yeah, that's fine. It means I'm happy with what's to come.
Ross is out front.
Let's go. Yes,
Truex is separated by the two guys who are generally slower.
Hamlin. Gregson in the top 10. Let's go.
Wow, what a move by Chastain. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was
what
a great
move.
16 to go, 15 to go now.
That's a big. All right, Logano. What do we think about Logano?
Stay green.
Logano?
Briscoe and Haley need to get out of the way. But
come on, Truex.
I'm cheering for Chastain as well.
What are the Eric Jones top 5? Come on.
I feel like this. 1, 2, 3.
Briscoe's putting himself in really good position. Like, he was a dark horse to make the Final Four for me, and I think he's proven something.
Wow, Logano, it has a rocket ship, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Put those air pressures all the way up.
Yeah, damn right they did. We'll see how long they last. You think they'll last 15? Hopefully.
Oh, no.
Come on, Eric Jones.
I don't think he's got enough time. That's the problem.
Chris,
if they get another restart.
Is he around the 14 to 31 on y'all's screen?
If somebody runs down Ross Chastain out front in the last 12 laps right here, it would be amazing.
I think you're right, Rory.
Right now,
I'm always,
it won't happen.
I'm always right.
Everyone's asking it to stay green right now. Chris, Ross in the chat. Hashtag stay green here. Let's see what happens.
We would love it.
Yeah, we're like
Eric
the stay
Jones
green
coming out of nowhere.
Saddle.
Oh, God. There we go.
Who?
Jones. That Jones boy.
Let's go,
Eric
dude.
Jones.
Let's go.
I have a top 5 ticket on him.
Hamlin's right behind him.
Let's go, Hamlin.
Kyle Busch is in fourth.
I got a top 5.
Let's go, that Jones boy. Come on, kid. I'm sweating. I'm officially, you know how people talk about sweating bets? I'm officially sweating.
I hate this ad. Like, I want to see the top 20. I want to see, like,
McDowell over Custer is currently.
Here comes Hamlin. Come on, baby. Get that top 5. Let's go. Dig.
Oh, I love Rory, dude.
Coming.
I need Justin Haley to come on.
Me. We got 10 to go now. Chastain's in first. Briscoe's in.
Derek, you're coming.
Oh,
Gone with
top 5. Come on.
Interesting to see these guys coming around.
Rory, did Hamlin pass Jones?
They're dicing it up.
No.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on.
We got Logano trying to run Chastain down. We know Logano will punt Chastain.
9. Oh,
damn right.
That's
I
why
don't think he's going to be able. He's not going to get there. He's not going to get there.
He needs a caution. He needs a caution.
He needs a caution. He ain't getting there.
If they get a caution, that was a great call, but I think they just didn't have enough time for that.
Yeah, there's no way. I think the dirty air is not going to be enough.
Hamlin is in fifth now. Let's go. Let's go, Hamlin.
So Briscoe, wow. So he really opened up his chances to point his way in.
I can't believe I didn't have that top 5 on the card.
What top 5? Hamlin?
For which one?
Briscoe. Briscoe.
I don't think he's going to finish.
Yeah. You don't think so?
I don't know.
Man, Logano's coming.
He is, but
oh, this is going to be interesting.
He is coming. Oh, man.
Yes, he is.
Wow.
2 of the most aggressive guys in the sport about to battle it out here.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Oh,
this is the race that we needed.
This is awesome.
I am all
Phil.
in for this finish,
Wow.
baby. This is exactly
my goodness
like
gracious.
Kyle Busch in the spring.
Is there a caution, Phil?
No.
I'm gonna tell you what. That dog right there can drive a race.
Oh.
Who are you talking about?
Both of them.
Oh, he's there.
I love both of those guys.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is what we needed here, except for Bubba Wallace being a fucking idiot.
That was kind of fun too, though. Honestly, it was something to talk about.
Watch, but it was silly.
Got the air.
And I'm behind. Oh no.
We got about a 0.26 gap right now.
We got Gregson back.
Gregson in the top 10, baby. Come on, Ross.
The Grayson top 10.
Logano just scuffed the wall. Oh man.
These two getting together is letting Briscoe back into the fight.
That would be fun. I am so down for a Briscoe Phoenix.
He's
sweet Phoenix championship.
I got Briscoe to win it all
me?
on the future.
I think Logano is trying too hard here. He's not trying too hard. He's running too hard. Forcing it. He's forcing it.
He's going for it. He's going
Yeah,
for it.
Chastain keeps taking his line.
Here comes KFB.
No way.
KFB is flying.
Can we get a?
He is flying. This is wild.
Oh man, this is what we needed. There's no doubt. All right, I gotta listen to you.
Side by side off turn 4. Chastain, Logano. We got Kyle Busch right behind with Briscoe. Boy, this is getting good, boys.
Oh my goodness!
How did this second group catch up to him so fast? What happened there, Derek?
Because they threw a block.
Oh.
There was a moment a couple laps ago where Ross threw a block on Logano, and I think
I will happily take this race and then
out the window.
Like I will happily walk out of here just even guy on Sunday. Just keep going.
Where are you guys, the streaming guys, at right now?
They're side by side with like 3 to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm waiting.
All right.
I think you're a little
3 to go in the Roval.
I just got the white flag.
Yeah.
Anybody on Logano? Who had Logano outright?
I think I might have a Logano ticket.
Phil.
I do.
Hello, Phil.
Let's go, Phil.
I do have a Logano ticket. 6-1.
There it is. There it is.
Let's go.
It's a good find.
Phil's
Just
fired
find
up.
it in your pocket.
McDowell? No, I'm just worried about McDowell and Custer.
How about that?
Listen.
Joey Logano, 4 tires.
What a
Oh
great
fuck!
race.
Noah fell out right there.
No.
God damn.
He did.
Austin Dillon got him. That son of a bitch.
Damn.
what the hell happened there, Cameron?
Silver spoon.
Rycade was on Logano. He was
Nice
on Logano.
job, Rye.
Let's go.
So Joey Logano is your first championship contender for
Short
Phoenix.
flat track, baby.
Short flat.
They're showing Kyle and Chastain kind of like.
I think they hit
going
off the
down next
wall.
to each other. I don't know if they had a problem with each other or something.
They did coming off turn 4.
So he did have enough time. That's wild.
That is
great
crazy.
call. Great
That
call.
is crazy.
Phil, great call. Great call now.
I'm shocked. I didn't think he had enough to run him down, enough time. And we were saying how tire wear like really wasn't as big of a deal as maybe we thought, but 4 tires were the call with I don't know how many laps there were in that last run, but not a lot.
Wow. Man, to go back 2 hours when I said Logano and Byron 14-1 or whatever it was, that would be good.
Wow.
My
That was
manufacturer bet
entertaining.
all
Gentlemen,
3 manufacturers in the top 3.
That was fun. That was real fun.
Derek, do you want
that.
to do a rundown for the top 10? Those guys who aren't tuning into the race and are kind of leaving up just to update them.
I would love to. I am not on the same screen. I'm a little behind. If somebody sees the top 10, feel free to read it, but I
got you.
Yeah.
Oh no. Nope. I'm behind. I'm delayed.
All right, here, I'll pull it up on Let me get the NASCAR app.
Well, no, I'm on the
Go
NASCAR
lock
app
with the
right now.
NASCAR app right
Yeah,
now.
the NASCAR app is ridiculous.
It shows Chris Buescher as
Logano, Chastain, Kyle Busch, Briscoe, Hamlin, Reddick, Truex, Eric Jones, Allmendinger, and Austin Dillon are the top 10.
Wow.
Gregson just missed in 11th. Harvick, Byron, Haley, Buescher, Suarez, Keselowski, Almirola, McDowell, Custer, top 20.
Wow.
Wait, where was
Interesting.
McDowell?
I think 18th.
Cash it, baby.
Cash it. 19th. McDowell
And Eric
19th.
Jones,
Custer
top
20th.
10, 3-1. Let's go.
Nice.
Wow. That's right. McDowell over Custer. That ended up being a little bit of
That
a
was
sweat.
A gigantic bet. I'll share with you guys the ticket, but yeah, that was a bit.
Well, that's cool. Papa Cap down there, 89. He said he took Logano live at 6-1. Only reason he made money today. I'm sure it helped hearing some of the conversations here. So, and like Chris said, story of the race, Bubba is an idiot in getting into a fight.
Yeah.
So, or picking a fight, I should say. So yeah, I mean, Phil, big winner today with the Logano outright, the 1-2-3 finish. The let's see what
No, I
you
didn't.
had.
I didn't hit the 1-2-3 finish. I was joking
Darn
around,
it.
making fun of myself because I called out the same manufacturer. I made a big case this week about how the mile and a half gave way to a lot of manufacturers like riding up front together, and of course, this is the race where it's one of each. So, poking fun at myself with that one, but that's because I won, so I can do that.
Well, you did touch on Joey Logano over Chase Elliott in a head-to-head on the show a few different times. So that, I mean, Elliott wasn't even a factor. Nobody would even have known what sponsor he was today. So that hit. So, I mean, yeah, this is, first time doing this virtual live stream. We did the in-person one. This is the first time us doing the virtual one. Definitely different, but in the same ways, there's a lot of similarities. Having guests on was so cool, and having everybody kind of be a part of it, which I appreciate. So how about some final thoughts? I'll start with you, Seth.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Eric, I'm a roll. Like, first of all, go after yourself. Don't know what happened there at the end, but it was cool to sweat that one out with you boys. Appreciate a couple of you guys jumping on that outright there. But no, this was a really good time. Everyone who's tuning in tonight, I appreciate you guys checking out In Between Media's YouTube channel. Easiest way to support the show, give us a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. But no, I just appreciate you fellas, the 5 of you guys being out here with us. Rod, Chris Wormy tuning in tonight, jumping on the live stream as well with us. But Derek, thanks for putting this together, man, and look forward to many, many more with you guys.
Yeah. Phil, how about you?
Yeah, had a blast today. This is really fun. I mean, just hearing the conversations, everybody's on different things, throwing bets in on the fly. Like, I wouldn't be doing that if I was just kind of sitting around watching the race myself. So fun to hear everybody's insights. The guests coming on were phenomenal. Rod and Chris bring so much to the table energy wise, and everyone in the chat today, like, really awesome. Cool to have everybody, chatting us up. Letting us know things we can't hear, telling us what bets they're on, commenting on what we're talking about. Just makes it so much fun. So I'm looking forward to a lot more of these for you guys.
Yeah. Mark, how about you?
I'm doing good. The only bet I lost today, just kidding. The only one that I put out on the bottom here was Blaney outright that lost, but Eric Jones top 10 3-1 and McDowell over Custer. Squeaked out of here with a profit. Had a little Logano ticket. Had a blast with you guys, as always. And usually Sunday is my recovery day, but I think I'm going to go continue to have a couple cocktails and celebrate this. This was fun. I can't wait to do this again. And if one last note, if anybody's in Homestead next weekend on Saturday, or Sunday for that matter, but Saturday I'll be by myself. If anyone want to drink some cold beers, come Twitter DM me. Appreciate it, Derek.
Hit Mark up. Rory, how about you? I'm going to give you the floor there.
Oh, just normal Sunday. Chaos, blown tires, cautions, wrong times. Came out decent today. Had a great weekend, though. Xfinity and pole winner. And best support and follow me at Rorypicks on Twitter and on the NASCAR Gambling Preview Show on Wednesday nights. And then you can catch the Laying Coin podcast on Thursdays, typically around anywhere from 6 to 1 a.m. It depends on what kind of mood Mark's in to drop the show. But we're going to have my man Big Perm's coming on this week, and then hopefully Ty Furman's going to be on there too. So We're hoping to have a big week this week. We're gonna let Todd make some picks on the show. Actually, he gets to put out some shit boxes.
There you go.
So he's not quite used to that because Worm tries to like hog the whole entire show. But we're gonna actually let him put out some shit box bet of the week.
Damn right.
Watch him hit. You know, I don't think Todd's a bad person to follow in any sport.
I like it. Well, I can't wait to hear the show this week. Ian of the Flag Hunting Pod, thanks for joining us. A little golf talk. You and Chris had a little bit. I mean, you know your golf stuff. Anybody out there listening, definitely make sure you give the Flag Hunting Pod from a NASCAR perspective, MPGA, really all walks of golf, really. So, Ian, I'll let you have the floor here. What are some? What's a takeaway for you?
Yeah, I appreciate. Sorry, you cut off there for a second, but yeah, I appreciate all y'all, Seth, Derek. You guys do a hell of a job behind the scenes pulling this off. So you guys are always under celebrated for how much work you could have put in behind the scenes. Obviously, Phil, Mark, Rory, I've got to know you guys through Chris, and then happily, you know, personally now through this 3 hours we had, and I just enjoy kind of sitting back. I know I'm a bit of the student here when it comes to NASCAR, but I'm trying to learn as much as I can, and you know, coming on and having 3 hours of discussion with y'all only helps that. So I think it only helps the discussion me and Chris have on our flag hunting show when it comes to the NASCAR stuff. And, you know, I'm going to get off here and dive into the golf. We got a really top tier tournament, probably the biggest tournament of the fall swing with the CJ Cup. You know, Roy McIlroy is going to be there, John Rahm, Scotty Scheffler, all the best players in the world will be in South Carolina this week. So it should be, if there's ever a week to, you know, to put some golf bets in to listen to us in the fall swing, at least this is a good tournament to do it. So yeah, man, I enjoyed it. We me and Rory, we got our clocks cleaned a little bit with Chastain losing there in the last few laps to Logano. I thought we had that 14-1, but hey, you gave me a sweat. That's all you can really ask for. So blast.
Appreciate
I
you.
don't always put out winners like you do, you know. So
come on, man. Yeah. I don't know about that.
You have to get used to the racing scene, but. Shit, we got that big of a golf tournament next week. Hell,
we got you.
That's gonna be interesting right there.
CJ Cup, man. I'm really thought about driving up there in South Carolina. I'm actually only like 2 hours from Homestead, Mark, so I might take you up on that depending on how much work I get done this week.
Yeah,
2 hour.
let me know, dude. Let me know.
Kind of Homestead.
I might drive down there. You never know
sure.
with me.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
Sorry if I was
just pick Chris up on your way, Rory. He's in Charlotte. He just kidnapped. Don't worry about Chloe.
Sorry if I was cutting you off there. My internet's in and out. I'll make sure to pay the bills.
I agree with you fully right there, Ian.
So here, I'll close it out. I appreciate you guys coming on and being a part of this. You know, Sydney making the appearance that she did, Chris and Rod coming on and enjoying a good bit of the session with us, and all five of you guys and what you do on your shows and what you do in various communities. So thanks for coming on and being a part of it. Thank you to Betfred for allowing us to kind of do some giveaways, have some fun.
Shout out Betfred.
Betfred, baby.
Let's go.
Papa Cap 89. If you're not on Twitter, make sure you give me a follow. I want to send you some stuff. But just, yeah, thanks guys so much for everything. You know, 2023 is going to be amazing. So good experience with you guys doing this, and you know, appreciate it. And we'll catch you back here for another episode next year sometime doing this. So thank you, boys.
Thank you all.
It's been a pleasure. See you guys. 3 hours,
See you guys.
7 minutes, baby.
That's right.